What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of YNNY. We are bringing you a bit of a longer episode today, longer than we anticipated, but we talk about a lot of topics. We talk about some music stuff, some life stuff, and then we dive into 3 different movies: Spirited Away, Thor: Love and Thunder, and The House That Jack Built. As always, don't forget about the timestamps in the description of the episode if you want to avoid any spoilers for any of these topics. Also, keep an eye out for the poll if you're on Spotify. And yeah, don't hesitate to give us feedback on anything about the podcast. You can find us at Views by Quinn and Movies Music Me on Instagram. Things are changing with the podcast. We're evolving, but we're always looking for people to send in questions or give us feedback of any kind, so we appreciate that, and rate us if you haven't. But anyway, let's get into the episode.
We were talking about whiskey.
Yeah. So you're triggered
Can't drink
by
whiskey anymore.
Yeah. Well, you've got your gin, so that, it'll have to suffice.
I actually was like in the store for like a while looking for that like old smoky one you told me about.
It's good.
But,
I don't know if it's just an American thing though, because it's like Old Smoky, Tennessee, and like, would they really have this in Australia?
I only found the moonshine. They only have moonshine from that brand for some reason.
Yeah, I
But
haven't tried
instead
that.
got Old Virginia honey.
Ooh, honey, yeah.
And it's like, it's nice enough, but I had it with some Diet Coke and I was just like,
Yeah, don't do the Diet Coke. I think regular Coke would be good. I never mix with Diet Pop.
But, I'm trying to eat healthy.
I'm trying to mix my alcohol with Diet Pop now to be healthier.
Well, yeah.
Small steps. It's small steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something.
Well, I'm drinking
I could
this.
just have it straight.
That's true. I'm drinking this Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. So it's a beer. So you wouldn't have tried it. I'm guessing it's really
What does
good.
IPA stand for?
Fuck. I don't know if it stands for anything. I think it's just an IPA. Like that's the name of it. Like, cause when it comes to beers, you have lagers, IPAs, stouts.
Loggers?
Yeah. Or
Loggers?
Lager. How do you say it over there?
Sounded like an O.
Well, yeah.
Lager.
Oh, an IPA is a type of light-colored beer similar to bitter, typically with a higher than average alcohol and hop content. So it's like a bitter type. I don't know how to explain this without making it sound gross. I don't know. It's good.
I just don't like beer in general, really.
It's an
just
acquired
not my thing
taste.
anymore. Like I said, I used to like beer a little bit. But then there was a beer incident.
Wait, did we already talk about the beer incident?
I
I just know the whiskey
don't know.
incident. How many incidents
the eternal
are
bleeding
there?
incident.
Oh, my whole life is an incident. Yeah.
Well, recently there was a vodka incident.
Oh,
I guess,
God.
if you wanna
There's an
call it
incident with every damn type of alcohol.
Well,
See,
sometimes
maybe
you
alcohol in
just have
general
too
is an
much.
incident. Yeah.
that. No, it's not. It's fine. Haven't had a gin incident yet. I could keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, the beer one was just like I was on like a night out or something. I think I went to one of my siblings' like shows that they put on, something like that. And I just met this random girl, danced with her like the whole night, drank nothing but Corona. And
Ugh.
like I stayed at her place. I still don't know her name. I don't know who she was. We didn't like do anything.
Uh-huh.
We just like slept in the same bed, had like conversations all night long, and then I woke up and I was like, where the fuck am I?
Oh,
Who is this?
damn.
And then I just like went home in an Uber and like I had to get like I took the Uber to like the train station, and then I had to take 2 trains that took me like an hour and a half to get home. And I was just like pale faced,
Hungover.
throwing up like nonstop.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I just looked like a fucking zombie. It was horrible.
Damn. I hate the beer Corona. I really hate it. It's
Really?
yeah. I think it's the worst. It's my
It's the
least.
only one I can drink.
Really, that's weird because it's just I hate the flavor. I just do. It's like the only beer I won't drink. That's why they put
There's other beers
limes
over
in
here
it.
that I just don't like.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I'll drink
I mean,
pretty
the
much anything.
classic Australian beer is VB, and that's like,
VB.
yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
Never heard of that.
It's a staple of Australia.
Wow. You'll have to bring some when you visit. Oh wait, no, they probably wouldn't let you bring alcohol on
Absolutely
a
not. I'm
plane.
not. Well, you shouldn't drink VB anyway. Like you might as well just drink out of a toilet.
Yeah,
It's fucking horrible.
true.
I had like a little just quick thing I wanted to
Uh huh.
bring up, but I mean, it's like nothing to do with like anything we plan talking about or anything. Just I wanted to like bring up this like tiny thing like out of nowhere, honestly, just spontaneously. I was just thinking about it last night. But do you have like any artists that like really fell off for you and you get like super disappointed whenever you think about it? Because like
totally,
man.
I could think of at least a couple off the bat, and they're big ones. But I think well, from when I was in like middle school to early high school, mainly middle school, like I was much younger, then my favorite band of all time was Green Day, and I think they fell off after, what was their album, 21st Century Breakdown. Everything after that has been crap, in my opinion. And I kind of grew out of them anyway, but that album was like 2009?
In terms of full albums, I've only heard American Idiot, I'm sure.
Which is their most mainstream, so I mean, I understand why you heard that, but man, they have some great ones. Like, I think Dookie, everyone considers their best, but there's a ton of like just great albums in there.
Oh, I didn't even say, Keelan recently saw them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had like this string of like weekends or something where he went to see a bunch of concerts. And it was like Phoebe Bridgers, St. Vincent, and then there was like a day of Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and Green Day.
Oh damn! Wow, so, nice. Yeah, they were my first concert back in 2008. I think that was
really?
like my first major like concert, like big. Big artist, big band. Yeah, they were my first.
I remember my first concert was one that I didn't like care about at all. The first one I actually wanted to go to was Flume. I remember that. And it was really good.
Nice. But yeah, the only other big artist I can think of that I was into for a long time and they just totally fell off was Eminem. I think he totally fell off after his last good album was, I think, Marshall Mathers LP2, which came out like 2013 or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was the last like one I really enjoyed, and everything else has just been bad. It's just been bad. But yeah,
I used to listen to a bit of Eminem when I was younger. I'm pretty sure my mom had like the Curtain Call like compilation album. We listened to that like a lot, and that has some fucking bangers.
Hell
like,
yeah,
goddamn.
Yeah, it does.
But everything outside of that, I don't really know all that well. But I did hear that he fell off pretty bad. So
yeah, he was like my introduction, I think, to like rap in general, like growing up. Like, because I never really liked rap until I think he was my first artist I really got into. But yeah, I heard all of his albums up until like whatever his one after Marshall Mathers LP2 was, and I just could not listen to it. And ever since, I just haven't bothered. But anyway, yeah,
he probably was my introduction into rap as well, I think. But like the one that I connected to the most after that was Kanye.
Same. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. Just through graduation in 808. So I was like, over and over again.
Yeah, for sure. What about you though?
Albums. Well, I was just thinking last night because I was super drunk and stuff. But like, have you ever listened to any Calvin Harris?
No, but I've heard of him.
Well, he fell off hard in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, because his first two albums, like, I played the fucking shit out of them when I was younger, like, over and over again. He's just he was such, like, a creative electronic artist, I think. And, like, I don't know, after his third album is, like, okay, but, like, everything after that, it's just, like, I don't know. It's so generic.
Damn.
Like, so generic. I wanted to just, like, play, like, a short, like, clip from, like, one of his songs. And then, like, go back to one of his songs from, like, the early albums. I could just show you.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, we can cut this out in editing, because I'm pretty sure I'll get, like, fucked by some company.
Oh, copyrighted. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold, please.
It's a good head bobbing song.
It's just so cool.
It is.
And he had an album before that as well that was just so good.
What was his last like good album then? Just if I ever give him a listen, I'll like kind of know.
I would say like, I mean, honestly, just listen to his first two and like you'll know how good he used to be. But like, I mean, his third album had songs that like everybody knows, like, you know, Feel So Close, Bounce. What was that one fucking song? We Found Love in a Hopeless Place.
Oh, yeah. I think I've heard that, yeah.
There's just, like, a bunch of those ones from, like, late 2000s, I guess. But, yeah.
Nice.
When he was, like, up and coming and stuff, he was just so good.
Yeah. I would, and so okay.
I miss old Calvin Harris so bad.
Yeah, I know. I miss a lot of those older like versions of those artists too. Like I think another for me, this was also a big introduction into rap for me, but 50 Cent. I loved his first two albums.
Oh yeah.
And then he just completely fell off. Like totally. But yeah.
Shit.
I guess who's a well that okay, let's flip it. Like who's a artist or band or whatever that you think get only better and better with each album? Like they keep getting better. Because I mean a lot stay consistent, but like I don't know, you can argue Death Grips. You can argue it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
maybe. I mean, I know I'm not like the biggest
they...
fan of their latest album, but I mean
but you're not the biggest fan of their first.
No, I'm not. So I think it like it's ups and downs with them. Like they hit really highs and then they kind of drop in and yeah. But I think oh man, another one. I like pretty much all of Bjork's music, but man, those first two albums are on a whole nother level than everything else she's done. I think her first two albums
I can
fucking 10 out of 10s for
even
me.
though I'm not a big fan, like I can see that.
Yeah. She like, really just
her last one was just like
yeah, her first two albums were much more creative and memorable, I think. But anyway, yeah.
I'm trying to think of ones that like get better as they go, but like the only thing I could think of is like I mean, it's a basic answer because it's my favorite band, but like Radiohead, Tom York, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean,
yeah,
Tom York especially because like his like solo stuff is just I don't know, he's on another level. Like he just gets more and more creative with each album somehow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm looking through my Spotify artists and I literally don't know. Like all of them kind of just stay the same for me. I don't know.
Yeah. As long as there's some good tunes now and then.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think Kanye is kind of another ups and downs because like he's had some fucking great albums and drops a bit and then has great albums and drops. So yeah, never mind.
I mean, his last three for me have been like, ugh.
Oh really? I think what was his last? I know his last one, but Oh yeah, and then which were the last two you didn't like that much or care?
Well, it was Jesus is King and Yay.
Oh,
but I like Jesus is King.
I like both of those
in terms of the production.
Mm-hmm.
I like the production, but the lyrics like are terrible.
The lyrics are pretty bad.
Closed on Sunday, you my Chick-fil-A.
I was literally about to say. Yeah, I thought I liked Ye and Kids See Ghost, but I think his last best album was Life of Pablo. That album fucking slapped. That was great.
What's that one fucking line from Jesus is King again? What if Eve made apple juice? You gonna do what Adam do? Or
Wait,
say,
what?
baby, let's put this back on the tree.
Oh, I don't remember.
We got everything we need.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that one. Oh.
What if Eve made apple juice?
God.
Wow.
Man. Kanye's lyrics though, there's some real gems in there. Like what's the one on off of Life of Pablo? I mean, not even like but they're like on I don't know if they're so bad that they're good or like just ridiculous to where like what's the one off Life of Pablo? There's one oh oh my god, let me think. Something about bleach and like a t-shirt and
bleached asshole.
Yeah. If I fuck this model, she got bleach on. Wait, what? How does it go?
I can't remember.
Okay, I need to look this up because it's gonna bother me. But it's one of my favorite Kanye lines ever.
I still think like probably the best songs on that album are like 30 Hours and Saint Pablo.
Those are good. 30 Hours. I like Father Stretch My Hands and Part 2 and. There's just so many good
and
ones.
Ultralight Beam.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good opener. Waves. I love Waves and Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
That whole album was really good. Okay, I just gotta... This is explicit, kids. All right?
Oh, boy.
But now if I fuck this model and she just bleached her asshole, then I get bleach on my t-shirt. I'm gonna feel like an asshole. I was high when I met her. Okay, I'm done. It's too good. Shit. Classic Kanye. But... I think Yeezus, man, that one the more and more I listen to it,
Yeezus slaps.
The more and more I listen to it, it's like tied for my favorite Kanye album. It really is.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I think we have the
like
same
that.
top two. Yeah.
Really?
808s.
Is your other one Graduation?
Oh, Graduation? No. Graduation was great.
Honestly, but... I don't know. I mean, Graduation is really, really great, and it has such a distinctive sound. But I can't get past the fact that like Drunken Hot Girls sucks.
Yeah,
like,
Drunken Hot Girls.
Sucks.
Barry Bonds isn't that great. Like to me. Big Brother, like there's some not.
Hey, Big Brother.
Oh, you like Big
Brother's
Brother?
Great.
We need to do a Kanye episode, and then we can really go through all his albums. We still have to do that, but yeah,
we should.
Yeah, but no, yeah, Yeezus is just people. I like how I knew people were gonna hate that album. Like when it came out,
it's really experimental.
Oh yeah,
it works,
especially for such like a mainstream artist. Like people were not ready for that, but like now people are coming around and loving it. So yeah,
it's fantastic.
It really is,
and it feels like it was the last time that he was like really, really creative.
I would say so. Yeah.
Like, have you heard Donda yet?
Oh yeah, I've listened through it. I think I thought it was pretty good. It's way too long. It's like a 6 or 7 for me, but it's totally listenable. It's just too long and bloated and kind of basic in a lot of ways, but I don't know.
It was my number one disappointing.
Really?
Last year.
Yeah, it was disappointing, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't.
It could have been way better, especially if it was like tightened up a bit.
Yeah, it could have been way better, but it also could have been way worse. Like there's not like a bad Kanye album. I can't think of like a downright bad album, to be honest. But yeah.
I still keep like blasting "God Breathed" on repeat. That song is great.
Yeah.
Oh, God breathed on this. God breathed on this.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Good shit.
It is good shit.
I was supposed to open like with some explanation about like the direction we're going in, and also like the good and bad thing.
Oh, wait,
God damn it.
What's the direction and good and bad thing again?
I mean, I feel like we should tell people that we're not doing like the what we've been watching anymore.
Well, I mean, we can. Yeah. So the idea that me and Liam were having was that we're gonna give it a try. Like we're gonna see how it goes. But if we can get just one episode out, like the beginning of each month, of like going through everything that we watched in the prior month, just to get it all done at once, then we're gonna give that a shot and see how that goes.
And we gotta talk about something else. Oh yeah. I wanted to start like a new trend, I guess, of like starting off episodes. I know we just went on a big tangent about like Kanye and shit like that, but like
this was I remember this thing you mentioned.
I just wanted to start us off each episode from now on, just like say one good thing that happened to you recently and one bad thing that happened to you recently. Have like a balance, talk it out.
Yeah,
it helps,
because that's life. There's good and there's bad, there's ups and downs.
There's
yin and yang,
and there's
no yeah and there's no. So yeah. Okay. Let me think. I see. I didn't know if we were starting out for this episode. I'm gonna have to really think.
I mean, this episode's a bit of a free for all, really. I think.
So if you know what good and bad thing happened to you, you can go right ahead. I'm gonna have to think. But
I've been trying to think too. So. I think the good thing probably for me lately is just like honestly working out more.
There you go.
Really.
Yeah.
Like I haven't done that properly in like ages, and I don't know. It just feels good to actually like, commit to it and do something rather than just like try and accept the fact that like I'm not happy with the way I look. I'm just like actually trying to do some stuff about it, even though I might not always. I might not eventually get to a point where I'm like totally happy or anything. I don't think I'll ever be like 100% happy with the way I look or anything, but you can't be really.
No. I was just about to say, like, I mean, I always talk about how like I wake up early and go to the gym before work, but like despite how much I try and work out and eat healthy and all that, I'm still not happy with the way I look. So like I'm still trying to get to that point. So yeah, I'm in the same boat, but I mean, yeah, that's...
I think once you accept that, like, you're not going to get to a point where you're 100% happy, you can be a little bit more happy with the way things are.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't always have to strive for absolute perfection. And it's the same with, like, keeping, like, a healthy diet and stuff like that as well. Like, that kind of stuff can eat away at you, too.
Yeah.
But, like, as long as you're, like, conscious of what you're eating and stuff and all that, like, it's fine.
I agree.
I don't think that it should be a problem that you like fall off every now and then.
Yeah,
it's just normal.
Yeah, I mean, everything in moderation, like it's okay to drink sometimes and eat shitty food sometimes, but I'm in the same boat. I'm really trying to eat healthier, keep active, because it has, I mean, I don't know if I've mentioned on the podcast, but like for a while, like years ago, I was 30 to 40 pounds like overweight, unhappy, had like not much muscle. It was mainly just fat, and I was just miserable. And like it literally gets to a point to where you just like snap and like I kept in my head every day, I would imagine like, this is what I want to look like. Fuck everything else. I'm just going to try and get to that, see if I can do it. And I did. I lost like 30 pounds. I got way happier. So like it can happen. You just have to really reach like a breaking point. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, everyone's situation is different. And
the problem with me right now is just like, it's not anything where it's a weight loss thing. Like it's more of I just want to look more like, I guess, toned, I guess, because like,
or just like muscle gain,
a lanky flabby mess right now.
Well,
I mean, want to be like that all the time.
Well, I mean, I can always like give you advice off the podcast too. Like here's what you should do, here's what you should eat, because like I'm like getting in deep to this stuff to where like fuck it, I need the Alexander Skarsgård routine. I want to look like the Northman. Fuck everything else. Yeah. I'm looking like the Northman, bitch. That's so. Yeah,
that'd be great.
I know. Yeah, that would be awesome. But it can happen. It's literally it's hell. Like every day, exercising, eating right. It's not fun, but I mean it helped me feel like, better.
My thing has just been, okay, every day after work, I'm gonna go and run like after work, and it's like cold as fuck early morning, like 6 a.m. and it's like it's shitty, but like once I'm done, I'm like, I feel good.
See?
I did it.
There you go. That exactly.
And like honestly though, like lifting weights and stuff, like for me that is like so much easier than running right now. I don't know what's going on.
I think like, it is easier for almost everybody too.
I get so out of breath so easily. But I used to do like a lot of cardio and stuff, and I didn't get like as out of breath that quickly. But now I'm just like
yeah. I know. I hear you. That was me when I first like started running. Like I bought like a treadmill and ran every day in our basement when I was really out of shape. And every day though, it got easier and easier. But man, I was like out of breath, sweating fast. Like I was like, what the fuck? But yeah,
I wish I mean
now
had a treadmill, that'd be so much easier.
I'm telling you, it's worth it. I mean, if you're able to ever get one, it helped me out a lot.
I gotta save for South Dakota.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
How much? You said you were like 30 to 40 pounds. How much is that in kilograms?
Oh, I don't know. I only know pounds. 40, I don't know like. 40 but I was around like over 100, and I'm not a big guy, so I was like over 170 pounds, but it was all fat and like barely any muscle. And then every day I just said fuck it. I did push-ups, sit-ups, ab exercises. I ran every single morning. I started lifting. And granted, people don't maybe know this, but like my dad was a big weightlifter. He was like in powerlifting competitions. Like he literally made our entire garage into a gym to where I basically had a gym at home. So I was lucky to where I had all the stuff at my disposal. So I was like, I'm just going to make use of this before I moved out on my own, you know? But so yeah, I mean, I had the resources, but yeah.
Gyms are expensive.
They really are, man. Like that's the one bad thing I don't like about ever since I moved out. Like I love having my own place, my own freedom, but I am paying like $50 a month for a gym membership. So yeah, yikes. It fucking sucks. But I mean, I go every day, or I try to at least, to make myself not completely regret it. But yeah.
I looked up like 40 pounds to kg. Are you sure you meant 40 pounds? Because like it's
30. It was like more like 30 pounds. No, I wouldn't say 40. It was like 30.
Yeah, but like it says in kg that's like 18 kg, which is like the weight of a dog.
No, that's like see, no, I don't. Something's not right there. I only know pounds, but I know I lost about 30 pounds. I don't know what.
Oh, you lost.
Oh, I lost. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like you were 30 or 40 pounds in total. I'm like, what?
I wasn't that.
How tiny were
no,
you?
Dude. I was bigger than I wanted to be, and then I was like, I want to get thinner.
In total.
Yeah.
Like, how much were
God.
you like before the weight loss?
Before the weight loss, I was like I said, I was like a little. I was probably somewhere between 170 and 180 pounds, which is average. But for me, it was like I'm a shorter guy, and it was all fat, and I had like not much muscle, so. I need to balance out the weight with how tall I actually am. So, yeah.
See, 180 pounds in kg is 81 apparently.
Uh-huh.
And I'm right now I'm pretty sure I'm 70
70 kg. How much is that to pounds? I don't I don't know.
I'm checking.
Okay.
154.
Oh, okay. Well, damn, that's how much you weigh now? You weigh more than me.
Do I?
Yeah. I mean, the last time I weighed myself, I was maybe like 150. I don't know. But I think you're a bit taller as well. Like by, I don't know by how much, but
maybe that's it. I don't
yeah.
know. But I'm not fat or anything.
No. I don't know. I mean,
if anything, I'm underweight, which is
I mean,
odd.
I think that's about average for how tall we are. So, I mean, I don't know.
Well, when I was at the height of like the big eating disorder shit, like that was like, it brought me down to like just under 60 kg.
Which would be...
And that was like, fucked. Hang on. 60... 132?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that happens to where, like, I think there's times to where people, after they lose so much weight, like for me, I was like overweight, and that's why I wanted to lose weight. I kind of did it too much to where I think I got in the 130s range as well, and I was like, my cheeks were sunken in. I was really skinny, so I was like, okay, I need to put on some actual muscle. Like, now I lost the fat, but I need to put on the muscle. So I think I'm kind of where I would like to be now.
That's me right now. I'm trying to just put on more muscle.
Well, like I said, I'll tell you what my whole diet and like routine stuff that might help you. I mean, after this, I don't know, but
right now I've just been having a lot of like nuts, water, some other stuff.
I just have like a lot of protein shakes and like vegetables, meat, like, fruit, all that stuff. But
apparently you're supposed to have a lot of meat, but like
it's mainly just protein. If you're really wanting to build like protein, that's all I can say. Like that's the main, that's like a big part of it. But anyway, here's our health podcast. Here's our health and fitness podcast. Throw us under that category now.
This is a messy episode, but
that's fine. I mean, yeah.
And a bad thing that happened to me. Fuck. It wasn't like, I'm pretty sure it was like right before the last recording, but I got robbed.
Oh fuck. You told me this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not me personally. I didn't get robbed, but yeah, just some guy like came in and stole a phone charger and like flipped me off and shit.
Damn. Oh, really? Damn.
And then there was like this other incident like right before that where a woman like stole a phone charger too, and then like came back afterwards like going on about like something in the motel next door, like how her boyfriend was chasing her or something like that. And I'm like, you stole a phone charger from me? I don't give a shit. Like, sort your shit out. I'm calling the police. And she just would not leave the store,
really?
no matter how much we tried to like get her out. And I was like, dude, wow, why are you making this difficult? Fuck off.
See, when you mentioned,
some people are just too much.
They are. Customer service jobs are kind of the worst, but that's a lot of jobs. When you told me that you got robbed, I imagined like you were like held at gunpoint and you're like, give me the money in the register or something like that. I'm glad it wasn't like that. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, no. Not many people have guns.
Oh, in Australia. I guess I'm too used to America. It's like every freaking...
Well, in Perth mostly. Oh. Like Perth especially, but I'm pretty sure there are a few gun people in other places. But Perth is like a little utopia, like not that much bad happens.
Well, that's good. I mean, shit, here it's
aside from some knife crime.
Yeah. Oh, knife crime. Well, it's better than gun crime and shit. Look at us. But yeah.
That's a shame.
That's life. But anyway, well, yeah, there you go. That whole time I could have thought about something good or bad that happened to me. Let me think. Okay. Okay, well, honestly, something good, like the only good thing I can think of was that I mean, like we were talking about before, Liam is offering to take on a lot of the editing for the podcast. So that's that literally, like, even though I was hesitant about it before because I'm so damn I can be really controlling about things, but I'm trying to relax and like let things go and go with the flow. Like, I'm just imagining.
I do think you get enough control anyway if I like give you that section of it and you like can just mess with it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. But like I was just thinking about all like because I mean, you know, for my real life already, I'm working 2 jobs. I try to be active and like, you know, I don't have a whole lot of free time. So I'm thinking about like all that time I'm going to have more free now, maybe just to like I don't know. It'll be nice. It'll be nice if this stays like that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's a good thing. And then a bad thing. God, I don't know. My life is, for the most part, it's just been the same thing every day. Just go to work, go home.
I guess that's a bad thing.
I mean, it would be bad most of the time, but like I don't mind my two jobs. Like I'm thankful to where like my two jobs are pretty chill. Like they're pretty easy, and I like most of my coworkers. So it's yeah, not bad, but just not getting enough sleep. I don't know. I would like to get more sleep. I've been tired a lot. If you can count that as a bad thing that happened to me, just being tired because I need to sleep more. That's literally it.
I mean, I've not been like as tired as usual lately, because when I do like, you know, go for runs and work out and stuff after work, like that tires me out quite a lot, and then I just crash.
Yeah.
So it's been better for me.
True. I think
so
that's...
I mean, I'd recommend like maybe trying to like do some like small workouts at home or something like right before you go to bed.
That is true.
Like that might help you.
It might. I think I kind of screw myself over because, like I said, I wake up at like 5 a.m. every day, like 2 hours before I go into work, just so I can go to the gym where I know it's going to be less busy. So I think that's why I'm always tired. Like if I went to the gym at a normal time, like at night, there'd be more people, but I'd probably be less tired because I could sleep in. But I just hate people. So like I just need to get away from people.
Especially at the gym, it's just
the
like
gym
you
is
look
the
at so many
worst.
people and you're like, why is everyone so hot?
Well,
why can't I look like
not
that?
only that, yeah, but I just hate being around people when I'm trying to work out. It's the worst. Like you're catching me in such a vulnerable state. Like get away from me. Yeah.
I remember when I went to the gym and stuff and did like mostly I did the rowing machine and treadmills and stuff. Like every time I was just like, you know, side-eyeing everyone.
Yeah.
Like, are they looking at me?
I hate it. Exactly. Same. That's why I always go in there with like a hoodie up. Like I'll put a hoodie up so like nobody gets to really see my face and like I can't really see them. I'm like, leave me alone. Even like in July when it's almost like 90 degrees, I'm like, I've got a fucking black hoodie on. It's like, I don't care. Just, yeah. Anyway, that's my good and bad.
I would like to go to the gym again because like the equipment I like, but it's just, yeah,
it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. It really is.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that your bad thing? Just
my bad thing is just like,
oh, it's just sleep.
It's not really specific. Yeah, I can't think of a specific thing, but it really is just I just need to sleep more. Like it's bad that I'm not getting enough sleep. I don't know. I'll think of something else like next time.
That's all right.
Yeah,
it's just a new way to start things off.
Yeah,
rather than just infinite watch list.
Yeah, that's true. Seriously,
because that's like getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Even though it's going to be way longer now, like in those other episodes, like it's going to be half of the episode.
It'll be longer, but it'll be like at least not as frequent.
At least all at once, yeah.
Okay, so we have like some things to talk about, like movies, but there was one like small topic that I wanted to bring up because I've been thinking about it quite a lot lately. I was just thinking like about another podcast was talking about like just we're living in the nostalgia era. And like really like it's starting to bother me a lot more lately, just like how much of that shit is in film now. Like it's just, it feels like it's nonstop, like film, games, music,
TV
so
shows.
much stuff. It's just like, yeah. It's just like,
I think,
I don't know, where do you fall on it?
Oh, so what's bothering you about it? The fact that you agree with him or the fact that people are complaining about it being a nostalgia era?
No, just like the fact that like it is the nostalgia era. Like it's just, it feels like it's implementing itself into everything so often lately, and it's like I've had enough of like us not being more creative and being more like new with things, like creating new things.
I'm in the same boat. Like I haven't really complained about it much. Like I'm just kind of numb to it at this point because that's just like. But no, looking at recently, like in the past couple years, we've had Spider, No Way Home brings back all these characters, like Kenobi bringing back Ewan McGregor. We have, Stranger Things is like all this 80s nostalgia shit. Everything is so nostalgia now, like especially when it comes to Marvel and Star Wars and all that. But like, it's just a cheap.
I think it's earned in No Way Home at least.
Yeah, there are cases. Yeah, there are cases to where it's earned, but like, yeah, it is a really cheap way to just get people in the seats, or like get people to click on your movie or TV show. Like, oh, bringing back, like, we're rebooting this whole franchise, restarting this show, like, yeah, I wish there was more creativity.
Not to mention Disney, like with all the
Fucking,
just Aladdin remake,
yeah.
Lion King remake,
Oh
Mulan
God, I know
remake. It's like,
it's so
dude.
lazy. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't really thought about it until like you brought it up. The fact that, yeah, it is like the nostalgia era. Damn.
It's just getting to be too much right now. Like
Mhm.
I really want people to be more creative with things, but like at some point they're gonna run out of all this shit,
Mhm.
and then eventually we're gonna wait another like bunch of years, and then there's gonna be nostalgia for things that are coming out now, and then they're gonna be another nostalgia
That's
era.
true.
It's
That's
just
true.
like,
I
why do
think,
they have to keep doing this shit?
yeah, it's really cheap, but like I think nostalgia is always gonna be there. It's always gonna like be abused and like, utilized and stuff. But like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just an easy, for like business wise, like from a marketing and business standpoint, it's like so much easier to get people on board with a reboot of this, or like, seeing this old character. Because I mean, like the Lightyear movie. Like, why do we need a Lightyear origin story? I don't know, because people like fucking Toy Story, I guess. But yeah, and that's why like something like Everything Ever All at Once was such a breath of fresh air, is because that is like the most recent thing I can think of that is so unique and creative and like its own thing, not based on anything else. It's like so out of the box. Like, yeah, that's just an example.
Not even gonna say Men.
Okay, well, Men too, but people are probably gonna be like, "Oh, the new A24 horror movie, psychological one-word movie." It's like, fuck off, bitch.
Do you like it?
I do. I love it. It's a 9 out of 10. Like,
Yeah.
it's my second favorite movie of the year. But yeah, I mean, and yeah, just like, well, I guess this doesn't really fall in nostalgia, but like how Batman has been rebooted so many times, and it's constant, like,
Oh yeah.
so many superhero movies, more and more. It's like they're not all nostalgia, but it's just a laziness thing. Yeah.
Constant Joker.
God, constant Joker. Like, yeah, I don't know. It is frustrating. I hope that we grow out of it. I hope, even though I'm enjoying a lot of superhero movies in the MCU, one of which we'll talk about that we both saw, but like, I kind of hope we grow out of the nostalgia / superhero phase, because that's all it is. It's nostalgia, superhero. It's like, it's fun, but it's getting old. It's getting kind of old.
I don't have a problem with superheroes or anything like that, but it's just the way that, I mean, that's a separate thing for me, really. Like, it's just sort of in a realm of its own, but it's with anything. Like, it's not just Marvel or DC or whatever. Like, just nostalgia is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't actually watch the movie, but I heard that like Ready Player One was just like a fucking nostalgia like bombardment.
I'll admit, like, I saw that movie in theaters with my brother, and we had like a fun time. Like, we both enjoyed it. I even, for some reason, own it on Blu-ray. I don't know who got it for me, but I have it. But if I rewatch that, I'd probably think the same thing. In the moment, it was fun seeing all these like old characters from like video games and shows and movies and all this stuff just like be brought to a movie. It was fun, but yeah, it's totally cheap. It's a cheap way to entertain.
It depends what's done with nostalgia, like to make it interesting within like its own movie. But it's just so often you're just like, this is pandering. Like, it's only pandering for some things.
Right. Like, you could probably say Free Guy falls in maybe the nostalgia.
Oh.
Fuck, I wish that we had the
Yes,
podcast when we both watched Free Guy, because like if we were just coming off of that, like that'd be a rant for the ages.
Didn't you like it more than I did?
I gave it a 1.5. I gave it basically a 3 out of 10. How much did you give it?
1 out of 10.
Oh, okay, so it's like a half star, then less than me. I hated it too, but
I mean, that's like a perfect example of like nostalgia bait shit aneway.
It really
like
is.
I mean, the final fight.
Oh god.
What the fuck?
The fucking
Spoilers for Free Guy. Spoilers for Free Guy.
but
if anyone gives a shit.
Fuck that movie, yeah, but it's just, yeah, the Captain America shield, the lightsaber, and not only that, but the fucking music
Hulk
with
arm.
it too. The music they threw in the, I was literally rolling my eyes, like I was so mad.
Not only that, but the Chris Evans cameo.
Oh, I know.
was like, dude,
that was
I'm
kind of
disappointed in
fun,
you.
but like I was still pissed at that point. Like it was funny. Like for a second, I kind of did like a huh when I saw Chris Evans. Yeah, but that was it.
That face you made.
Because I was like, yeah, I was like, fuck it.
It's like you just got like electric shock, like slightly.
Yeah, it was like literally because I was basically dead after that point in the movie, and like that's all my body could like do. I was like, huh, it's Chris Evans, and then I went back to being miserable. So yeah,
That was just a disaster of a movie.
it really was. But it's just that was like the pinnacle of like what's wrong. I think I literally said Free Guy's like the pinnacle prime example of what's wrong with modern Hollywood, pretty much. That's what I thought after walking out of the movie. It's like the most corporate shit like shoved into a movie.
Yeah.
It's like a big commercial disguised as entertainment.
And it's the Reddit movie.
Yeah, it's Reddit the movie or something like that. Yeah.
I don't even remember laughing once, honestly. I really don't.
I think early on
I was just miserable, and it was so long.
It was long. It really did feel long. I think early on I was kind of having fun with it, trying to get into it, but then it got more and more frustrating and more just nostalgia baity or like cheap fan service whatever throughout the entire movie. And I was like, is this what the whole movie's gonna be? Because there's nothing else good.
Not only that, but there's like so many, not just in Free Guy, but like in general, there's so many soundtrack uses that feel like nostalgia bait shit.
Yeah, it really is.
Like whenever you hear like certain songs or whatever, it's just like, oh, I remember this song back from the fucking 80s. Like, all right.
Yeah, it's nostalgia, the movie. Well, so is Ready Player One, to be fair. But yeah, at least Ready Player One was like adapted from a book. It had some, I don't know what, it had some decent actors. Like Ready Player One is better, but I wouldn't put it on the same level as Free
I mean,
Guy.
I like Ty Sheridan and Olivia Cook, so
well, not only
I
that,
would want to watch it, but you know.
God, there's that one actor. Hang on, he always plays like bad guys like this now, but he's in Ready Player One.
Is it Ben Mendelsohn?
That's probably it, but let me double check.
Because I love him.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn. He's fucking great. Yeah.
Isn't he Australian? I think he is Australian.
Let me see. He was born in Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne.
Melbourne, whatever. Yeah.
Melbourne.
He's in a show. I don't know if you've seen the show. It's called Bloodline on Netflix. It's a Netflix original show, but for a Netflix original, it's actually pretty good. Like it's one of their first original shows called Bloodline, and he plays a big part. And those first 2 seasons were good. But anyway,
Here's a movie recommendation for you. Watch a movie called Una. It's like
Una.
UNA. Have you heard of that?
I think I probably seen it around, but I haven't seen it.
It's just like a very contained character drama with Rooney Mara and Ben Mendelsohn. It's really good. Riz Ahmed's in it at one point too.
Okay,
But
yeah.
It's really good.
All right.
Like the writing is just so great.
Oh damn, yeah. I see you gave it 5 stars. I'll add it to my list.
Oh yeah, I fucking love it.
Yeah. All right.
Saw it in theaters.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, I just added it to my list. So.
Not many people have heard of that movie.
No, I've never heard of it. I actually need a quick pee because I've been drinking almost this whole can. So I'll be right back.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I've been watching through. Well, I randomly had the urge to start some Studio Ghibli movies, and I watched Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and Porco Rosso, and I loved them all. So yeah,
Were they your first like Studio Ghibli movies?
oh, the first one I ever watched was Princess Mononoke, but that was
Still haven't seen it.
I don't know, a year or 2 ago, and I need to really rewatch it because I did not like take it in fully. So I need to rewatch that. But no, I'm just scratching the surface, honestly.
See, Spirited Away is a movie I grew up on. Like,
Oh, really?
When I was like an actual kid, and it was like, it was just everything.
When you were an actual kid or a fake kid?
Oh my god, an actual kid.
I'm a real boy.
A humanoid kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But no, it was just like, we watched it on repeat constantly. It was just such a fucking good movie.
Yeah.
It's so creative. The world is beautiful. Like, oh my god.
It's a
I
really
could go on about that movie for days.
Yeah.
Like out of the 3 we're going to talk about, that is my favorite one because it's
really?
just like, it's incredible. absolute 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's a beautiful movie. I'd be like, it's hard not to give it a 10 out of 10 because like everything from the story to the animation to the like soundtrack, like it is such a surreal, like beautiful movie. But I couldn't imagine growing up on that because that movie even
It's haunting.
It's haunting. It's fucking haunting. There's like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like disturbing. Like when she leaves her. Well, let's just get right into. I mean, most people have seen Spirited Away by now. It's the most popular Studio Ghibli movie. So,
Spoilers for Spirited Away. Spoilers.
But no, when her parents,
the pigs.
yeah, that was the first moment. I was like, holy fuck, this is dark.
Yeah, dude, remember I was a kid when I watched this, and I was scarred too.
Yeah.
Like I was scared of my mom turning into a pig, and I was like,
yeah, they turn around and like, oh my god. But
it's so like,
even everything from that to just like the weird creatures and shadow people and like also the old lady with the big head and the big nose and the big
Baba.
Yeah, she's fucking creepy too. Like, and I was like,
she is.
Yeah, this is nightmare fuel. This is like pretty dark. Even like everything from the subject matter to like the character designs to all of it. Like it's just all dark. Like I don't know.
It has a lot to say with its themes, but it's just like,
yeah,
it does it so well,
It really
and
does.
it's so fucking creative. I mean, like the introduction into Yubaba is great as well. Like she just goes up to that like room and she's like, I said come in, and you like see the finger movement and it just like pulls Chihiro like through a billion doors.
It freaks me out when
And then there's like the heads like just hopping around on the floor. And you're like, what the fuck?
And then the giant baby in the next room. Like,
oh
fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy. Like, yeah.
It's a really like, I mean, there are so many creepy like character designs and like things in there, but it's just like it's so heartfelt though at the end of the day.
It really is.
It's such a heartfelt movie.
Like, what do you think at the end of the day its main themes are and like what it means and like what you take away from it? Because I'm still like trying to process all of it. It's a lot to take in. It really is. But you grew up on it, so.
I mean, I guess just like appreciating life.
Yeah.
It feels like, you know, just like the ending, how she like wakes up back on like the car seat and stuff. Like it's,
yeah,
you know, it feels like a dream. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, that kind of stuff like just would still affect her so much and stuff, and you would just be like, I need to appreciate life now. I need to appreciate the things that are in my real life.
Yeah. Whether
that was real or not. Like, it's just because there are so many times where like Chihiro could have just died, like straight up.
Yeah.
Because there was just so much like crazy shit all around.
That was. Yeah, like fuck.
I mean, the movie doesn't really feel for a while like it even has like a proper antagonist, is the thing.
I would say the old lady.
Because
I mean, wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, to an extent. But like it doesn't feel like she's like really out to get anyone like in a big way. I don't think it's just like general control, I suppose.
True.
But it's sort of like hard to see her as like a big antagonist, like she's a villain, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
But like it feels like the movie is just sort of on chill mode for like a lot of it. In my opinion.
That is true. Would you say No Face, is he that's not like, he probably isn't quite an antagonist. I mean, even though he's fucking eating people alive half the time. Like in the
don't get me started on No Face, man. That is a character and a half right there.
I know,
like,
I was about to say, like, I don't know I can't pin him down. Like, what is this character? Like, it's so cool, like the design and like just everything about him, but I just didn't know what to think of anything. I really didn't. It's so like overwhelming.
It is such a hard character to try and like pick apart, I think. But
like, what does he mean?
I don't know.
Like, what is his, you know, like, I don't know.
He's just like, he's so innocent for like such a long time, and he's like creepy, and like it feels like he doesn't really mean what he's doing, I guess, for a while. But then after some time, it just like sort of starts to shift upwards and then downwards again. It's like this weird spiral. Like,
yeah.
He goes from like just this like weird little ghost creature thing, like just sitting in the background, to like full on eating people, back to like just being a little creepy ghost thing, but like happy.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
weird.
I found it interesting how he kept offering like gold to everybody in the bathhouse, and like
Yeah.
how when they would go to take it, then he would eat them, and then when he offered it to the main protagonist, the little girl, then she wouldn't take it, and so maybe like that's why he was drawn to like travel with her, because she was the only person that didn't let like greed consume her. I don't know, I don't. It's
I mean, it is like a thing for temptation.
it is, yeah, it's
But I don't know, he's such a weird character, and like I still get like so I used to get like so haunted by like when he came up to people with the gold and just went
yeah. I know, and then
I was so creeped out.
yeah, that was really cool. And then my favorite part of the movie has to be, and it's so simple, it's like there's no dialogue, it's so simple, but it's literally just the whole train sequence on the water, on the tracks.
Yeah.
It's just so
It's
fucking beautiful. It really is.
I remember one time I think I was in the city somewhere, like walking around, and I can't remember what I was doing, but there was someone, I think there was someone playing like the song from that, like on like a big like speaker, like it was like in this park area where there were like big speakers and there's a screen, but there was nothing playing on the screen, but they were just playing that like song, and I was like, it was like evening, and I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, that song
It's beautiful.
It hits. It really
It's
does.
incredible.
Yeah, that whole soundtrack. Yeah, I can see why it's like the most acclaimed Ghibli movie. Like, that's why it's the most highest
It's
rated.
just the most acclaimed like anime thing, it feels
I
like.
feel like it is, yeah, in general. Yeah.
I mean, the only other things I could think of with anime are like, I guess, Cowboy Bebop.
Attack on Titan is pretty acclaimed, but yeah, I'm still scratching the surface when it comes to anime in general. I really am.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell, which we'll watch when you visit.
Yeah, I'm more looking forward to showing you the second one, because the second
really?
one is just fucking bonkers. Like, it's insane.
I own the first on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it yet. But yeah, I forgot there was a second one.
Yeah, the second one is not as like well acclaimed by people, I don't think, but like the first one is. Because the second one is just so far the other way, like, completely.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird.
I'm looking forward to
really
it. I need to watch those after the seeing the Scarlett Johansson one in theaters.
I still love that one.
Oh, you do?
I really do.
See,
I genuinely do, yeah. Like, straight up.
I mean, I can't say anything because for whatever reason, that was the one and only movie I ever saw in the theaters, like so drunk. Like, I never go to the theaters drunk. But me and my
Oh my God.
Yeah, but me and my friend, one of my crazy friends from Iowa, who I don't even really keep in contact with anymore, but we would just party and drink a lot. Like, we drank a lot and then just wanted to go to a movie, and then we went and saw that, and I do not remember a single thing from the movie. I don't. I need to.
Damn.
I probably shouldn't even have it rated on Letterboxd, but I probably do low. So I should probably change that because I don't remember.
It's honestly one of my favorite adaptations. Like, I don't like that many remakes, but that is a great fucking remake, honestly.
Yeah, I should.
It's really good.
Yeah, someday I'll give it a shot again, like sober and clear-headed.
People shit on it so much.
I think people will shit on probably any anime to live action adaptation, I mean, there's just,
Well, they said it was whitewashed constantly.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not. The fucking, like, main character in Ghost in the Shell is like a cyborg, basically. Like, it doesn't have like a race.
No.
Like,
Yeah,
she
it's
doesn't
a
need to be
robot.
Asian. It can be Scarlett Johansson. It doesn't fucking matter.
Right, yeah.
And Scarlett Johansson nailed it anyway.
Mhm.
So fuck off. Damn it.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, Spirited Away.
But yeah, Spirited Away, it's a masterpiece. I mean, it's a lot to take in. I'm still processing it even weeks later, so...
There are probably a bunch of things that you could like watch about it, like analyzing it and stuff.
Oh, there's a ton.
I mean, it is one of those movies that's very good to like rewatch and pick apart on your own, like after the first time, because there's a lot to that movie.
Yeah, I would totally rewatch it eventually.
And the animation is so beautiful.
It really is.
God,
Yeah.
it's one of those movies as well that makes you really want food.
Oh, because the pig scene. Yeah.
I mean that, and like just some of the people eating later on too.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
There's just a lot of scenes with eating.
Yeah.
They always make it look nice.
Can we? So I want to. We don't have to. This wasn't what we didn't plan on going to a discussion about this, so it doesn't have to be very long. But like, I fucking love Porco Rosso. I don't know why. What do you think of that movie? I sat down and I was like,
I watched it for the first time recently.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what about it. Like, it's so simple, but the main character is so just kind of unique and memorable and like fun to watch, and like the story, everything about it is so simple, yet like I'm constantly engaged, and it's just fun, and it just feels like it'd make for a great like little animated series or like something, you know?
It's very cute.
It is.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most recent Studio Ghibli movie that I watched, and it's cute, it's nice,
Mm-hmm.
it's simple.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
Like,
true.
I mean, that's the main reason why I didn't give it like a higher score, is just because it doesn't feel like it has that much depth to
No.
it, I don't think.
That's the one. Yeah, I agree. That's the one. Like, it's not as deep as like Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle or something like that. So like, I get that for sure. That's the only. But even with that aside, I just couldn't think of anything like negative about it or like that I didn't like as I was watching it. So I was like, well, then there's no reason I can't give this 5 stars. Like, I liked everything I was seeing the entire time. So I'm like, fuck it. Fuck it. I didn't expect to give it 5 stars, but yeah.
It's very cute.
Yeah. And here's another thing. Like, do you watch when you watch these Studio Ghibli movies, do you watch the English dub or do you watch it straight up subtitled, original?
With Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, I can't go without the English dub,
Okay.
because I just like grew up with that, and that's just how I watch them.
Right.
But everything else I watch with Japanese.
Oh, okay. I pretty much have been watching everything with the English dub, including Porco Rosso.
Was it any good with Porco Rosso?
I thought it was good because Michael Keaton voices Porco Rosso.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck, this is." And the whole time I was like, I recognize this voice, but I didn't want to look it up. And then, like, as the movie was finishing, I looked it up. I'm like, oh my god, it was fucking Michael Keaton. Like, see, I hate how there's this like taboo against like, oh, you watch the English dub. Oh, you're like, there's this like whole like purist thing with people to where like, if you're not watching it in the original Japanese subtitle, then like you're not fully appreciating it. I think animated is totally fine to watch whatever dub you want because it's already dubbed. They're animated characters, but
Animated is fine.
it is. It
but
totally
with
is.
everything else, that's when I'll put up a 5.
Oh, I agree. Yeah,
Like-
watching.
Like, you should watch subtitles.
Yeah, watching anything live action dubbed, it's unwatchable. Like it's just terrible. Yeah. I don't know if Kath, you're probably listening. Kath watches. She has to watch everything dubbed, like English, I think, or English or French, whatever you would listen to, Kath. But she can't watch the subtitles, or she doesn't want to read them. So,
Damn. Cringe.
correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't, not to call you out, but yeah, animated is totally fine to do that.
I really want to, when I come over there, I want to show you some Space Dandy, because I think you'd really enjoy that.
That's a show, right? Space Dandy.
Yeah, it's an anime show. But like, I watched that in the English dub, and it's so hilarious and creative, and the world is just so cool. Like, it's just such a fun show, and I think you'd really get a kick out of
I
it.
probably would like it. Yeah,
It's
I mean, right now I'm watching through Cowboy Bebop in the English dub, and that's good too. Like halfway through, but that's like also one of the most highly acclaimed animated anime shows.
I'm pretty sure that Space Dandy's the same guy who made Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, really?
So
It seems like it just sounds kind of like the same type of show almost.
it's lesser known for some reason, which sucks.
Oh.
And I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, but Space Dandy is just so good.
Mm.
Like, the main character is pretty much just like Johnny Bravo in space.
Oh.
It's fucking cool.
I'll have to watch that. But yeah, you should check out Cowboy Bebop as well. It's really good.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah. All right, so
That was all the weeb talk.
that's all the Weeb talk.
Yeah.
So we did we want to get into Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Here's where we're going to probably disagree the most. I mean, I know you didn't hate it like everyone else has, but I'm surprised at the negative reaction this is getting, because I thought this was
I'm not.
about on the same, almost, really? Because I don't, I don't know. Like, I just don't really quite see what everyone else is seeing. I don't know why.
I thought of a good thing to like say to you
Hmm.
that would give you a good idea of
Oh, all right.
how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you said the Eternals gave you Marvel fatigue?
Oh boy.
This
yeah.
gave me Marvel fatigue.
Okay, fair enough. Was it because like the overabundance of comedy? I'm guessing
Yes, and the fact that it's like
inconsequential.
it feels lazy, and it also feels
run of the
like
mill.
nothing changed with this movie. Like nothing changed in the grand scheme of things.
I will agree in the fact that not a lot. When you look at where the movie started and where the characters are at, and then at the end of the movie where they're at and with the characters, yeah, not a whole lot changes. And I'm gonna try and keep it as spoiler free as possible until we get into that like later. But yeah, not a whole lot changes with the characters. Some stuff changes with Thor, but I don't know. Like, yeah, not a whole lot happens. It kind of felt like a excuse to bring in new characters for the Thor from the Thor comics, like Gore the God Butcher. Like, you bring him in, and then I don't know, fucking know who else. That's the main new guy. But yeah, I mean, gosh, I'm trying to think.
I love the way it opened. The opening sequence was great.
Which part of the opening sequence? That was
Like just the whole thing with Christian Bale and that god.
Oh yeah, I was really happy to see that it opened. In my mind, I was like, I was hoping it would open with him, and it did. Now, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, yes, okay, this is what I was most looking forward to with the movie, and I'm glad that the focus was on him right away. Like, I think we can probably both agree he was the best part. Probably,
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
100%.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely one of the better Marvel villains. He's maybe in my top 5 Marvel villains at this point. Like, I don't know if I'm just coming off the movie high, but like, he's up there for me. Mainly because it's, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it is because he's Christian Bale, but he's fucking Christian Bale. Like,
he's great.
I never thought we'd see him in an MCU movie, but here we are. So, yeah.
Yeah. Here we are.
He's good, and like,
yeah, that opening sequence was just great. Like, it was so like creepy sometimes as well.
It
like,
really
was. Something about
like,
it that felt really off, but I liked it.
Yeah, and which we can probably get into when we get into spoilers, but I guess vaguely, like, everything I liked about the movie, Christian, like what you said in your first Letterboxd review, Christian Bale and Natalie Portman, they were my favorite things, mainly because, I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of like my 2 favorite actors, like my actor and actress, like those are my go-tos. Like, I fucking love both of them for some reason. Seeing them together, even if it was in a typical MCU movie, it was fun.
They're amazing, yeah.
Yeah, they
Best
are.
parts for me.
They really are. And like that, I was never really bored during the movie. The comedy was hit or miss. Taika Waititi can be a bit much for me at times. Like, he can really just try too hard, I think, for comedy. Thor Ragnarok was much funnier, I think, than this movie. But
yeah.
I don't know. It was fun. It was stylistic. It was engaging enough. Even though it felt inconsequential, like, I liked the actors and the action, and it's a movie I went in knowing what it was going to be, and I was like, yeah, that's what I expected, but I had fun with it, so good enough, I guess. Good. I don't know.
As long as you had fun.
I had fun, but it's not by any means like, you know, a deep movie or like an original movie or anything, but you could probably say that about a number of the Marvel movies. Yeah, I don't know. Before we get into spoilers, was there anything else that you wanted to say about it?
I don't think so. I think I'm good to talk about spoilers.
All right. So, do you want to do the honors? You want to do it?
Nah, you can do the honors.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers for Thor: Love and Thunder!
Thunder!
All right. No, the opening scene was it was creepy because I liked how it's so disturbing, the idea of it. Like, this guy trapped out, like, he's not trapped, but like lost out in the desert with his daughter, and like, you know, she dies because like they're just stranded, and then he comes across this like god that he's been like worshiping and praising, and then he just basically laughs in his face, you know, Christian Bale's face, and then he like renounces his god, and it's like, it's such a like, the concept is really dark, but like, yeah, it was done in it was the most intense part of the movie, and then everything else after that was really kind of fun, whimsical, lighthearted, whatever, like comedy crap, you know? But like
Yeah.
that was the seriousness I guess I was wanting more of throughout the movie. But I feel like I got that with most of Christian Bale's scenes still. But
yeah, I mean, basically he was just the best part.
he was.
I mean, in terms of that and like his acting and the character, like it was just really interesting.
Yeah, it was. Like you knew where he was coming from, you knew like his motivations and why he became the way he did. So like he's not like a generic bad guy, but he's not like, I mean, yeah, for this being the only movie he's in, like we get enough time with him to where I feel like he was fleshed out enough. I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that it was Christian Bale helped even more. So I mean, at least we can agree that he's the best part, but yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about this like while I was watching, but like because he's a god butcher, do you think he would have eventually gone after the Eternals?
Are they considered gods though?
Basically.
Are they? I thought he was mainly going after like the mythological gods, like, you know, Zeus, fucking Thor, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe he could probably, I mean, maybe he would go after them too.
Who knows?
Who knows? But that is, I will say, that is something else I was really wanting more of out of the movie if I was to think of negatives. When you have a guy called, you know, the God Butcher, and you see him butcher only one god in the whole movie, it's kind of disappointing, and it's in the fucking opening scene. Like, you know, that's the only person he kills the entire movie, and it's like he kind of felt like I wish that there was more of a threat there. Like I wish that, you know, and this is an issue I have with the entire MCU. I wish they weren't so afraid to kill off characters. And like for instance, when they were when for a second you think that Korg died, I was like, yes, do it, kill him off. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, we'll probably disagree on this. I think Korg is kind of annoying at this point.
Oh, I think Korg is annoying as fuck.
Okay, good. I couldn't remember.
We agree.
I couldn't remember if you were the one that liked him. Like,
because it feels like it's just Taika Waititi now.
It is. Ugh. It's like there are moments in Thor Ragnarok. There were moments to where I thought he was funny, but he's such a bigger part in this movie, and it's nonstop. Yeah. Especially when it comes to like he's recapping all the Thor movies, which I thought was weird. To where I was like, why do you have to recap it like nobody else saw the movies? I think everyone's seen those movies. But yeah, I was like, good, kill him off.
Because
like,
Taika Waititi's really quirky.
His style is so fucking hit or miss for me. Like, it really is.
This is his worst film for me.
Really?
100%. Yeah, I've seen all but his first film, Eagle vs. Shark. Everything else I've seen, this is easily his worst.
Really?
Yeah, for me.
I don't know. I mean, it has its annoying moments of like too much Taika Waititi. To where, like, yeah, I mean, like the stuff with Korg and the non-stop trying to be quirky comedy, it kind of got a bit old. But I would still, for me, I'm sure we definitely disagree on these, but like I put this still above Hunt of the Wilder People and Jojo Rabbit. I still like those movies. I mean, I know. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Which one?
I think it's his worst, and I love Jojo Rabbit and Thor Ragnarok and Boy. Like,
I haven't seen Boy yet, but
Boy is great.
I shouldn't even be talking much because I haven't even seen fucking What We Do in the Shadows yet. I need to see that.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen that in a long time, but it was good.
I hear that's his best.
But I've started watching the show, and that's like really fun. Just
the show is funny. Yeah, I've seen a few episodes of the show, and it's good too.
I just mainly love it because Matt Berry.
Yeah,
he's so good.
But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I still had a fun time. But yeah, my only negatives are I wish that there were more stakes. I wish the comedy was a bit toned down. And yeah, I mean, those are really my only two issues. I did have a good time with it, and I liked all the actors. But it's what I expected. That's all. I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
I mean, my least...
It just felt like everything moved so quickly, too.
It did.
It was just non-stop, and like it, especially with the fact that there are like two very tragic stories in there, and the fact that they just sort of like brush over the moments that feel very serious. Like, I mean, for instance, like Natalie Portman's character, she's like dying of cancer and shit.
Yeah.
There's that scene where she like smashes the sink and stuff, and like she's just like, she seems like she's genuinely like not okay.
Yeah.
And then like
Oh,
right
and then,
after she goes to the door and like fucking Tessa Thompson's playing that shit out of a beatbox, and it's like,
I
dude.
know, that's when it was like, that's moments like that to where it's like, it was everything from the editing to like the tone
You gotta
shift.
know when to be like dramatic
Yes.
and when to have the comedy. It's like this was just so much comedy that
It was
like
so forced, yeah.
ugh.
Like the whole like little, oh, is that a hand grenade? No, it's a fucking speaker. And then they like, it's like you were just grieving or like, you know, being depressed over the fact that you have cancer, and now like you're all fine. Like
Yeah.
it is annoying. It really is. And that's what I was actually, went in assuming the tones would be clashing, because like, not because, I mean, I didn't know that there would be the cancer subplot with Natalie Portman beforehand. I mean, I didn't know that, but everything with Gore the God Butcher, you know, Christian Bale, his character seems so serious to where I'm like, is he gonna balance out well enough in this goofy fucking Taika Waititi Thor movie?
Yeah.
Like, I think he did enough, but I just wish it was a bit more serious. I just wish Marvel wasn't afraid to be dark sometimes. But
there was definitely room for more there with this character.
mhm,
So
yeah,
I wish it was done better. And like the thing is, we'll never get like anything more fleshed out about him because he dies.
he dies.
And like at the start, you can't do like a prequel really because it's just a guy worshipping a god for ages. Like the time that he's actually Gore the God Butcher is very short,
It is.
and this
Yeah.
is all we'll get.
Yeah,
So-
it's really disappointing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that I wish we got to see more of him. He was such an interesting villain. And then he just kind of,
Yeah, he was.
at least he left, I mean, he left behind some trace of him with like his daughter, you know? But still, like, I guess that's the main change out of this entire movie, like you said, like not much changed. I guess what changed is Natalie Portman dies, which I found it kind of weird how they brought her back just to kill her off again. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like, why bring her back?
Maybe she just
to kill
like
her
didn't
off?
want to do any more Marvel, and she's like, "Can you kill me off?
Yeah,
Can
true.
you kill me off in this movie?"
That's
Yeah.
that's true. And because I mean, Lady Thor was like a big thing in the comics recently with Marvel, so I feel like they kind of had
They're
to
called
do
Mighty
something.
Thor.
Or Mighty Thor. She's called the Mighty Thor, yeah. So like,
Yeah.
I guess they had to do something eventually, so they just had to get her in there and then get her out of there. So yeah,
I mean, her time as that character is great. Like, she's totally
yeah.
badass. It's really
Mhm.
fun to watch.
it is.
But
But it's
Yeah.
like everything just came and went. Like Gore came in and then left. She came in then left.
mhm.
Even like, speaking of which, speaking of came and left, like I thought the Guardians were gonna be a way bigger part of this movie. They were in it for
Yeah, I
like
did
5
too.
minutes. It was like the first,
Yeah.
like it was barely anything, and then they, like I kind of wish they were in it a bit more. Just
I thought we'd get like a good Drax line at least, but he
There was-
barely said anything.
yeah, you didn't get a single Drax line. You didn't get like.
Like, I
And
love
by
Drax.
the way,
I
where
want
was
some more of
Gamora?
that shit.
Where was Gamora?
Quinn, she died.
No, but she was. Remember, she came back in Endgame as a different version of herself.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
No, she didn't. She died for the stone.
No, she died for the stone, but didn't she come back in Endgame and then she was the version that
No.
didn't love Chris Pratt because they didn't go through all that stuff, right?
No,
What?
no. Thanos killed her.
Like remember how there was two different Thanoses?
There
though?
is not another Gamora.
No, I swear to God. Look up, because remember how there was the Thanos that they killed in Endgame, but he was a different Thanos that came from a different timeline than the Thanos in Infinity War that Thor chopped the head off of. Well, I thought, that there was two Gamoras.
There's a deleted scene from Endgame with Gamora.
But no, I swear, remember, because like she kicks him in the nuts or something. She kicks like Chris Pratt in the nuts because like he goes up to try and like kiss her or like say like, hey, because like they were together. But this was a Gamora from a different timeline.
Am I just misremembering or something?
I
She
swear.
should have been. I thought she like fully died.
No,
Didn't she fully die?
She died. The Gamora that we saw from the first few Guardians movies died from the and got sacrificed for the Soul Stone. But then Thanos, there was that separate timeline in Endgame to where there was another Gamora, another Thanos, all them, and then they came back. And this was like a Gamora that didn't go through all that other stuff. You don't remember that? Right? Am I wrong? I don't know. But I swear to God.
I'm confused.
Because she goes up and like, because I swear, because like because like Chris Pratt's character goes up to like give her a hug or
I
kiss
think
or
I
something.
remember this.
Yeah,
vaguely.
and then she like
Yes.
kicks him in the nuts because she was like, "What are you doing?" Because like they never went through that. That Gamora didn't. So I was like, "Where is this Gamora? Aren't they supposed to be together?" Like, I'm
Isn't
fucking
there that line? Like, where is Gamora? Why is Gamora?
yeah. Fuck. Either way, that just proves how kind of fucky the timeline gets. It really gets.
Yeah, I'm
fucked
just
up.
confused now. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think I vaguely remember that, but I just completely erased that out of my mind because her death was like such a big deal.
Well,
in
that was
Infinity War, and
yes, but
I
then
mean, I'd sort of like if they kept it that way. But
I did
don't know.
too. But
I like
then,
Gamora, but you know.
yeah, but then I remember a different version came back in Endgame. But whatever, we'll figure that out another time. That's beside the
It's
point.
a whole thing.
But yeah,
But yeah, the Guardians weren't in it that
No.
much, I guess.
no, which I wish they were because I feel like the Guardians they cater more towards Taika Waititi's style and humor way more than Thor does. I think Thor.
See, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This, like, I mean, you have Guardians being covered by James Gunn
Mm-hmm.
and Thor being covered by Taika Waititi now, but like to me, this movie felt so much like just watered down James Gunn. Like, if it was done by James Gunn, like I would honestly have like complete confidence in it. But it's just Taika Waititi, like this feels like so lazy and it feels so gimmicky to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like James Gunn just would have done a way better job, and I hope he does great in Guardians 3 because
I think he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean, the Suicide Squad was a great indication of how good he is still.
yeah,
He's just so fucking good.
he is. I really do. Their comedy styles, James Gunn and Taika Waititi, they really do kind of go hand in hand. They're really similar, but I think James Gunn does it way better. I agree. Like, it's just he knows when to get serious, but I feel like Taika Waititi doesn't know when to stay fucking serious, and he's just constantly.
That's
like,
the thing. You have like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 has one of the most emotional endings in any Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so
Yeah,
like,
and even
powerful.
Guardians 1 has such emotional moments too. Like, to
Yeah.
where like it knows when to be funny, when to stay serious. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
it's just.
But it's
yeah,
just like it brushed out all the serious shit for
Mhm.
like comedy so often.
it did,
That
and
was just not
that
having it.
part was definitely frustrating for me. But even though,
The goats were annoying as fuck too. God.
yeah, they were when they were in the Guardian ship, they were pretty annoying. But I thought it was kind of
Yeah, I
funny.
was just like, this is chaos. Holy shit.
It was, but I thought it was kind of funny and cute how like they like paved the way for that like golden road. Like they got in the ship and then the goats like rode along. I was like, all right, that's like goofy. It's fun, whatever. But like, yeah, they wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I think I like sort of hated the entire sequence with Zeus.
Yeah, that was my least. I was gonna say that was my least favorite part too.
Russell Crowe sucked.
Yeah, what was that accent? It sounded like a Russian
I don't know.
accent. It was like not fitting the character at all. I thought it was funny
It's
how.
like, dude, you're Australian. You're making us look bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on.
I thought it was funny though how like you expect some big great like noble god, but you get like some just like kind of piece of crap like, you know, guy talking about orgies and like he's abusing his power and like all this stuff. Like it's the whole type of never meet your heroes thing. That was one of the little
Yeah.
themes in the movie, but like I thought it was funny how it's just big fat Russell Crowe and this like plated like, you know, abs are etched in the armor to where it looks like he's supposed to be buff, but like you can see his belly sticking out of it still. Like that part was funny.
Yeah, it's pretty
like
funny.
it's just that whole thing was funny, but yeah, that was my least favorite part. I thought it went a bit too much, like and it didn't really mean much. They just needed to get like the Thunderbolt thing, you know, and he ended up living, even though it looked like they killed Zeus. He ended up living, which I understand him. He's a fucking god. So like,
Yeah, what is that mid credits?
yeah, the mid
What the
credit.
fuck is that?
Oh, they were introducing Hercules, I guess, but I didn't know who that guy
Yeah,
was.
but like, who cares? Fuck. Oh my god.
I thought, yeah, I will say, just a side note, I've been for the past like 5 or 6 Marvel movies, I've been so underwhelmed by all the mid and post credits. Like it used to feel like this really special thing, like, oh, the Marvel, what's gonna be in the after credits, and now it's like I feel obligated just to sit there and fucking wait, and I'm like, what is it? Oh, Hercules.
You don't want to wait for Bruce Campbell?
No, okay, that was fun.
That was a good one.
That was good, but most audiences were like, "That was dumb," because they don't fucking understand Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell. But
who gives a fuck? If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it.
oh, I know, but
I enjoyed it. I laughed like a maniac. I was like,
It was
people stuck around for that.
I know, but I don't know.
I mean, the one in No Way Home was pretty funny.
Which one was that?
Venom.
See, I barely can remember him at this point. Like, which one?
It was Eddie Brock, Venom.
Oh yeah, which
It's just when he's at the bar. But
Yeah.
honestly, the one before that from fucking what was it? Let There Be Carnage.
see, I haven't
when,
seen
like-
that yet, so I didn't know. But you can tell me. I don't.
But
care.
you saw that mid credits though, didn't you? Because
the one where Tom Holland's on like the TV or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite ones just because it was so fucking funny how like he like goes into that room, like teleports into that room basically, and there's like a swan towel.
Yeah.
And you just hear Venom like, what the hell is that? It's like, oh, it's just a towel.
The Venom movies are fun. I even with the first movie, I have fun with them. Yeah.
The first movie's like way too long to be like extremely fun, but like please watch the second.
I
It's
need
just
to.
so stupid.
Yeah, I need to.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Overall, Thor: Love and Thunder. I enjoyed it, even though I was just giving up all my negatives right there. I still had fun with it. I mean, I
That's
did
good.
really have fun with it, but it's just, yeah, I mean, it's just a typical Marvel movie. Christian Bale carried it for sure. But yeah,
Just one of the biggest problems for me is just the fact that up until that movie, they have been setting up like so much stuff to do with multiverse, and there was none of that here. Like, I mean, I don't need multiverse shit to like make a Marvel movie good or anything. It's not like that. But when you promise it through so many different movies and like so much setup, it's like at least have something there. This feels like it was so inconsequential, and that's the same way that I felt about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah,
Which
it
is not a
was.
good sign because I don't like that movie.
No, that movie was forgettable for me. It was. I don't remember
Yeah.
anything that happened. How would you, I guess, we gave our basically closing thoughts on that. How would you rank the Thor movies at this point?
I would say the best is Ragnarok,
Yeah, I agree. Totally. I think most would agree with that.
and then probably, honestly, Thor: The Dark World,
Really?
and then Love and Thunder, and then Thor. I really don't like
Damn.
the first Thor at all.
I like the first Thor. I don't know why. Like, I really do like the first Thor. Like,
It's my least favorite
damn.
in all of the MCU. I
wow.
don't like the first
Okay.
Thor at all.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I really do like that movie for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I mean, for me, it goes Ragnarok, then honestly, probably Love and Thunder, and then the first Thor, and then Dark World. But I still like the Dark World. It's like a 3 out of 5, like 6 out of 10, whatever you want to call it.
I think
for
the
me.
Dark World is okay.
Yeah,
it
it's totally
gets
fine.
way too overhated, I think.
It is overhated, but I think it's overhated because out of all the movies, that has the most generic villain, without a doubt, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what weighs it down. But yeah, but yeah, I will say I liked how similar to Ragnarok, there was not much. What the hell's the friend of Natalie Portman's character's name? Jane Foster's friend, like her fellow scientist. Darcy. I don't really like Darcy that much. I kind of think she's annoying.
No?
I honestly find her.
I like her.
But yeah, but the one scene she's in to where Natalie Portman's in the hospital, like she was trying to be like lighthearted and funny, and like, it's like she's literally in the hospital dying of cancer, and like you're still trying to be goofy and quirky. Come on. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's honestly just because I think she's hot.
I think she's hot too. But that's all
is.
yeah, she is. But
She was good in WandaVision at least. Like I liked her in that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's hot, so it helps. But anyway,
All right.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't like this movie very much,
Eh.
honestly, but it's not like terrible.
No.
I guess.
I've seen people give it just such low scores, and I mean, you're not as low as yours. Like, I mean, I'm assuming you're like the 3 range, 3 out of 5. I don't know if I had to guess, but or maybe
More
lower.
It's more like 2.5 right now.
Oh damn. Well, still, I understand you're feeling mixed on it, so that's fine. But
My favorite sequence was probably the like black and white sequence.
Dude,
love that
I'm glad you
sequence.
brought that up because I was going to bring that up. I forgot. That was really cool
So good.
stylistically. I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, that was one of the better scenes in the movie.
Just
for
seeing
sure.
Christian Bale like at the end of that like hallway at that point, I was just like,
Oh, just be fucking
so
like
creepy.
menacing. Like, yeah, he was just.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they didn't make him like crack jokes or do anything goofy. Thank God. Like, you know, he wasn't like Ultron in Age of Ultron where he's like being, you know, jokey and like, you know, making jokes and shit. Like he was the one consistently serious thing in the movie. It was Christian Bale. So, yeah. Anyway,
that's about all we have to say about that.
that's that.
Ow! Just cracked my knee.
But we saved the best for last.
Spirited Away is the best.
Okay, well, it's technically it's probably the best, yeah. But man,
Sorry, that's just my nostalgia speaking.
oh, true, you're living in the nostalgia era. Well, so you rewatched a movie.
Time to hate women.
Is that? Oh no, is that what you thought this movie meant?
I mean,
No, I don't. There's a lot of people that. And by the way, we're talking about The House That Jack Built. Came out in 2018, directed by one of my favorite directors. It may be one of Liam's favorites. I don't know. Lars von Trier.
I don't think I've seen enough for me to call him a favorite, but
I still have.
My favorites are just House That Jack Built, Melancholia, and I like Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and Antichrist.
Nice. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have about 5 of his movies at 5 stars right now, so I definitely love his style and like his movies, but I still have a few left to watch, mainly some of his early stuff. But yeah, I'll just come right out and say this is my favorite at this point. It used to be Melancholia, but this is my favorite Lars von Trier movie. I just fucking love it. I love the character of Jack. I love just everything about it. I don't know what it is. It's like it's so much fun, but so dark at the same time. And it's like
I loved his
deep.
character. Like I loved his character on first watch. Like, and I loved it even more on second watch.
Right.
He's just such a cool character.
He is. And like that's what I find like the most unique about Lars von Trier's filmography is that I don't know if you've noticed, but and it's always hilarious how people say that, oh, Lars is a misogynist. Lars just likes to see women suffer and all this stuff. But like he has had almost the majority of his filmography, over half, all the protagonists are female and they're like really fleshed out, interesting characters, and they like go through hard shit and like are still strong characters, but they still call him a misogynist for some reason. But
I mean, sort of out of the movies I've seen, this is the only one with a male protagonist.
right. Yeah, this and Europa have two. Those are like one of his only 2 movies that have male protagonists, and I haven't even watched Europa yet.
Unless you want to say Antichrist, but
no, I
really.
think Charlotte Gainsbourg is still. I think she's still the protagonist, but Willem Dafoe's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's half and half, but yeah. I mean, this was his first male-led movie in like years and years and years. So, I think there are a lot of parallels to this movie, and it's a movie we both love, I'm sure. But American Psycho, I just really think they go hand in hand because they're both serial killer movies with dark, complicated main characters. It's like dark satire comedy, and like they're deep movies under like deep down, So like
yeah,
they really are. I think American Psycho has a lot more to say about society itself and like materialism and mental health and like all that stuff. But like House That Jack Built has a lot more to say about art and like, just like what you view as art and where to draw the line and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. For those who want to know, I just randomly became fucking obsessed with this movie earlier this year, and I could not stop thinking about it. And every time I rewatched it, I got more and more out of it, and it was like a drug. Like I was like, give me The House That Jack Built, give it to me.
How many times did you watch it?
I think this year I've watched it 4 or 5 times. 4 to 5
Fuck
times.
me.
I know. I was down bad in a dark place.
Down bad in a dark place. That's the episode title.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Down bad in a dark place. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great.
Damn. I hope nobody steals that. That's a good name for a fucking song or an album. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway. Wow. Anyway.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it's literally, is it bad to say this is a comfort movie for me? Is that bad to say? It's a comfort movie. I think it's
you can have comfort movies that are fucked up. That's fine.
right. I think the majority of my comfort movies, I mean, I'll always have comfort movies like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that, but like the majority really are dark movies like The House That Jack Built, Taxi Driver. I don't know, like those are really comfort movies for me for some reason. American Psycho. So like, yeah.
See, movies that hit me in like a really strong emotional way, whether it be like bad or good or something like that, or just, you know, movies that I rate very highly because of that fact, like I can't rewatch them a bunch because like I don't want to get to a point where it's just like, fuck, I've rewatched this so many times now, I'm sick of it. You know?
Yeah, that is true.
With comfort movies, like I often think of things like The Big Lebowski, The Guard, recently Ninja Baby. Like I feel like that's just a comfort movie that I would totally watch again because it's just those warm feeling, enjoyable, nice movies, but like ones that hit me really hard on an emotional level or just make me think too hard, like The House That Jack Built. I'm like, I don't feel like I could rewatch that a ton.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you, I'm sure. Like, I mean, it does for most people, but yeah, that's true. I mean,
I want to rewatch like The House That Jack Built and more movies like it to get more out of it and to understand more things about the movie and what it's trying to say and stuff, because I don't get every single thing about it or anything, but you know, I would like to do that.
It's a lot of time to invest in a movie that when you really want to, especially a movie this deep, when you want to like really like understand everything about it, because there is a lot like to talk about with this movie. And
yeah,
I mean, it's just, before we get into spoilers, I'll just say, like, look, I mean, it depends on which version you watch. I was about to say it's not for the faint of heart or whatever they say.
Yeah, that's a thing to say. I watched the theatrical first, and then this time I watched the director's cut, and that was like,
it's a night and day difference.
Good choice, I think.
It's a night and day difference, because like the theatrical
they shied away from a lot of shit in the theatrical.
I think it's really important.
I didn't even know.
Oh yeah, I think it's really important to show the gruesome stuff with this movie, like, because like a lot of times in movies when they show gruesome stuff, and this is what Lars von Trier has been criticized for throughout his entire career, he shows too much. He's like, it's too much, like too much gruesome shit, and it's being exploitive and stuff. But I think for this movie in particular, because the whole theme is like what you view as art, can you view these fucked up terrible things as art, or is it just fucked up terrible things? Like, you need to see the fucked up things to understand. And like, they in the theatrical, they just cut out so much. Pretty much almost every kill they cut out the worst part of it. And so it's like, oh, I mean, yeah, they died, but I didn't really feel it. But in the directorial, it's like you like feel just like disturbed. You feel like kind of gross, like thinking.
Yeah, moments like that can really affect you.
Oh yeah.
You know, if that's the purpose of the movie, why would you cut that out?
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, let's just might as well give the spoiler warning now. So
Spoilers for the house that Jared built.
All right, yeah. Oh man, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start.
Yeah, I don't know where to start.
It's such a big movie. We might as well just go incident by incident. Honestly, like I could talk, like because the
structure more and stuff.
Like, I do.
I try and just pick a place to start from, but I'm like,
I need to just pull them up just so I get them right, even though I've watched it so many times.
How much have you studied this movie? Because there are things I still don't understand, and I'd like to know more. I've
definitely like read up on things and watched interviews, and I don't know if have I watched the commentaries? If there is commentaries to this, I don't know if I've watched them yet, but I would totally watch them.
I haven't watched commentaries in a long time.
I like have to be really into a movie to ever sit down and watch a
Yeah.
commentary. I think the only ones I've
I
literally...
think the last one I watched was The Social Network.
Oh,
I'm
really?
pretty sure.
I think I've only seen the commentaries of Taxi Driver and American Psycho because I really have to love a movie enough to listen to a writer or director talk throughout it, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the I know the incidents, but like I just don't want to fuck anything up. I mean, yeah, the first incident is I love how, and I didn't even notice this my first time, how, you know, because the whole time I thought Jack was a serial killer the entire time, but I really think this first incident with Uma Thurman to where he picks her up, he is not, he was, she was his first kill. I am very sure that she was his first kill because this is a guy that, you know, he had total opportunity to kill her before she started being like annoying and pushing at him and really pushing him to his edge, and he didn't even want to help her like pick her up or anything. It was every serial killer's like dream situation. It was like too easy, but this is like an unstable guy who's just like pushed to the edge, and like he like lashes out and then, you know, bashes her with the hits her with the wrench or the jack. And then that's what, like, he looked, I just love the shot where he looks down at his hands covered in blood, and then he, you know, he just looks at him like confused, and he looks up and then just smiles and looks at the camera like he just like found this new passion in life. It's fucking awesome. Like it is. It's just such a like chilling shot.
I don't know if that would be his first kill though, because like you look at the stuff from him like as a kid cutting off the duck legs and shit like that, and it's like maybe he's done something after that. Like it feels like too much of a big gap, I think.
See, I never really viewed it. I guess I kind of viewed it as your typical, you know, and this is with a lot of real life serial killers like Jeffrey Dahmer and however many others, that it seems like they always start off with little animals, you know. They always like, whether it's dissecting them or like killing them or torturing them, it always starts off as little animals, and that's what they work their way up to actual humans. But like I kind of viewed it as that, like he did like some fucked up things as a kid, like cut off the duck's leg, which that looked real. I don't know how they did that, but it just looks real in the movie. And
I remember reading about how they did it. I'm pretty sure they had the duck's actual legs like behind his hand, and, like fake ones.
I was about to say,
it looked very real.
It did look real. Like, oh my god. But I just kind of viewed it as like, and because I can understand how it'd be hard to believe, because he looks like he's in like his at least 40s, you know, by the time he kills Uma Thurman. Like he's an older guy, and like it took this long for him to finally kill somebody. But that's kind of how I viewed it, because he kind of felt like a novice, like when it came to all of it. Like he didn't know what he was doing. Like he parked the car in the bushes or the woods, but you could still see the car from the road. So he didn't have it fully down. And like how he got the walk-in freezer to where like that's where he stored her body. Like what did he do if he was killing before that? Where did he store the bodies? What did he do? So I don't know.
So I mean, maybe we are seeing it like right from the get-go of like when he started.
That's at least what I felt it was. I mean, after my several times rewatching, I was like, yeah, this really does feel like his first time. But
I don't know, with the animal thing, you just think about like a bunch of different stuff they must have done like growing up. But
yeah,
I don't know if it was just animals or if it like extended onto anything else, but
true.
I don't know.
True. But
I get, is it bad that I can like be sort of fine with the idea of killing someone but not at the thought of killing animals?
Well,
like, when I see like animals getting hurt, I'm like, oh no.
Well, I think it's because animals are always so innocent for the most part, you know? Like animals, like humans do shitty things. They really do. Like humans can be evil, but I don't know if an animal can be truly evil. It's always like so innocent and loyal to where it's like, yeah, it's like killing a child. I mean, it's, you know, you can't do it. But
the last thing, like this was something that got me so pissed off because it's like a real world thing, and like it actually made me like jaw dropped when I heard about it, and just like just fucking disgusted, because like there was this thing on YouTube that was still getting monetized. It was like this channel, and it was just this guy from, I think, Mexico or something, and he would like torture animals and put it on YouTube. And it was like up there for ages, like up until like 2019 and stuff. He kept getting money out of it too, but eventually like his channel got shut down, thank God. But like,
yeah,
I mean, this is so fucked up to hear because it's like never a like idea that you even think of.
Mm-hmm.
So like prepare yourself. But like he used to break cats in half.
What?
Like it's so fucked up.
Oh my!
It's just
God.
so fucked up. I
That
couldn't get over how much I wanted that piece of shit to just die. But like, I'm pretty sure he went to jail, which is good. But
fuck him. Gosh, he had to have gone to jail if he was like exposing himself like that, and they finally.
It was mostly cats. Mostly cats.
Yeah, for real. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, people are just shitty. That just proves my point. Like, yeah, people do terrible things. Like somebody like that, fuck him. Like, let Jack go after him. But
yeah,
I mean, send Jack after him. But yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that would be a good idea to like get actual serial killers or people with like those kind of tendencies or whatever to
that's
like
the concept
be
of
able
Dexter.
to live out their fantasies.
Mm-hmm.
Just
that's
like,
Dexter.
Go after these kind of people.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Dexter is such a good show. He's a serial killer that kills.
Oh, is that the concept?
Yeah,
of it?
Dexter is is a show about, and that's a good show, by the way. Which, unfortunately, and we don't have to go into it. I mean, but like that is a show, in my opinion, that fell off. I think the first 3 or 4 seasons are really good, but anyway, no, that whole concept is literally a serial killer that only goes after other killers and bad people, like pedophiles, killers, and all that. Like he only targets bad people. But anyway, back to a serial killer that doesn't target bad people. He targets anybody, mainly women. Which, I mean, but I like how I like how. And that's kind of what you said before, like time for hating women, but which I guess
brings it up.
Hey, the last episode was about hating men, so I mean we can go back, we can balance it out. But like I like how
we're all about equality on the YNNY podcast.
Equality, like I said, ups and downs. You know, no, it's equal. But God, what was I saying? No, I like there's this like one throwaway line in the movie to where, you know, the whole time then he's having this like conversation with Verge, you know, who the whole time you don't know who this is, like who's this old guy talking to him, like Verge. But which, a little side note, the first time I watched the movie, I could have swore it was like his therapist or like, you know, something like that. I didn't know it was, and this is why it's in such a need of a rewatch, like for people that have only seen it once, because the end of the movie recontextualizes the entire movie to where you don't know that the whole time this whole conversation he's having is him with literally like an angel escorting him to hell. Like it's so fucking awesome. Like you don't realize until the end, like holy shit, they were talking this entire time as he was being escorted to hell.
Well, I mean, I didn't see it as like I guess angel or escort to hell or something like that. I just thought it was his conscious or something.
Well, maybe you can view it as that, but
because I'm pretty sure most people say that that's what it is, but I don't know.
Oh, I always saw it as Verge being, I don't know if he was quite an angel, but he's like a spirit sent, you know, to escort him to hell. That's what when I like looked into the movie.
But is that his only purpose?
Verge's pretty much to escort. He said he like escorts souls to hell, basically.
Then why is he conversing with him like for the entire movie?
I don't know why he's conversing with him, but just mainly because there's no other option. Like, I mean, on this journey, you know, but I remember there's a few lines in the movie to where he's like, I've heard, you know, the worst stuff you could hear. I've heard like, and I'm paraphrasing, but like, you know, I've heard so many people either, you know, lose it or like try and like beg for mercy or like, you know, say they're sorry. Or I've heard the worst things on these trips to hell. Like he's escorted so many souls to hell. But, and then, and then it gets to a point as like Jack is telling all these fucked up stories of his murders that Verge just like snaps and he's like, you're the most depraved soul I've had to, you know, like escort to hell or whatever he said. So like, I mean, apparently, whoever this Verge character is, he has taken many souls to whatever depth of hell. But I mean,
that's
like
the
I
main
said,
thing that's hard to like grip onto with this movie. Like I don't completely understand Verge.
Yeah, I mean it's apparently it's based off of like a poem or something. I don't know if it's Dante's Inferno or something like that. But it's a very like that's what I needed to rewatch it for like so many times, because it is a deep movie about art, but it's also like a really like spiritual movie, strangely. It's just really weird. But anyway, there's this throwaway line to where he's talking with Verge, to where Verge is like, he's like, so you hate women, and like, you know, you only talk about the stupid women that you kill. And Jack's like, I kill men too, but women are easier to work with. They're more, he's basically talking about how they're easier to handle. And he's right. Yeah. I mean, that's not being sexist. I mean, it's just, you know, I don't know. It would have been cool, I guess, to see an incident with like a guy, like how he would go about that. Because with so many, like with one of the women, you know, he was dating her or like, you know, seducing her or whatever. And like the other one,
well, that's
with one of the characters.
That's the thing, like with the guy that he brings back to the, like, I mean, the guys that he brings back to the cool room, like to.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like shoot. Like that, those are old guys. Like how did he deal with that? But we didn't get to see it.
I would say we didn't get to see it, although I would just assume he just like held him at gunpoint and got him in the truck, because that's like how he got the black guy, was that was in the back of his truck. He was like, he just, all he did was like hold a gun, and he's like, get out of the truck, and like that's when he let him in there.
Yeah.
So I figured maybe when it comes to like the guys, he just pulls a gun on him and is like, get in the car or something. But I don't know. But I guess we talked about the first incident. The second incident is, I just find it so fucking funny how he goes, and this just shows how still amateurish he is, like going about killing these people or like preying on these people, is that he goes up to the house and he's like pretending to be some insurance.
The second incident was the part I loved on first watch.
It's so
good.
It's so funny, everything about it. It's so sloppy.
His whole conversation just at the door, he's just like, he's such a character.
He is like, he's pretending to be some insurance agent, and then like she knows something's up, like this guy's acting so weird, and it's such a bullshit story. No, first he pretends to be a cop. That's the thing. He pretends to be a cop, and he's like, some incident happened at your grocery store. and then he's like, can I come in? And oh, my badge is being there.
I love how that like guy goes past and like she waves at him and
he's
stuff,
like, hey,
and
Glenn.
he's like, oh yeah, we go way back.
Yeah. He just I love the humor in this is so fucking like, it's so subtle and quick, but like dry and just funny. It's so, I love the humor. I love how once this like cop story, like how he's a cop or something. Oh, they're polishing my badge up at the silversmith. It's so like, he's so bad at coming up with lies, and then, but apparently, I mean, he's good at improvising too, because then I love how he's like, you got me, like I'm an insurance agent, lady.
See, I mean, like it's not, you know, a thing about like women in general or anything like that, but like all these victims, they are so stupid.
They're gullible. Yeah, they're so gullible and like just naive.
It's unbelievable that by the end of all that, she let him into his house.
Yeah,
her house.
This random guy, like,
it's like, dude.
Yeah, I know. He just preys on not just women, but I think just not because they're women, but just stupid people in general. So like men, women, whoever, but just gullible people. Yeah, like it's just, I just thought that whole interaction
he's
was
like the natural
part
selection being.
He is. Yeah. That whole conversation though is probably like the funniest part in the movie for me. How he just
he's hilarious,
just pulling stuff out of his ass the entire time, and he just finally she lets him in.
I'm gonna say I know we'll get to it later, but like I know what the funniest part of the movie is for me, because like
there's a lot of funny moments.
Fucking howl laughed the second time that I watched, but like it's literally just the zoom out when he's like, nobody wants to help.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh man,
like the zoom is so goofy.
Yes, it is. But it's like, it's so good. But yeah, we'll get to that. But like, I
fucking love that.
Yeah, I just thought it's just interesting to see how like with this second incident, he is so, everything about it is just so sloppy. Like everything from his story to like killing her, like how he's trying to, like, he props her head up and he's like, oh, drink this. And he's trying to help her, but then as she gets up, he's like, oh, stop. And he strangles her. It's like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Well, maybe it is like one of those things where it is, you know, new to him, because like the first incident was, you know, something that was very abrupt.
Yeah.
But and it's like, oh, she's dead now, basically. But like this one, you know, it was way more sloppy, and he's just sort of like, oh, she's dead? Oh, she's
Yeah.
not dead. Oh, God. Help? No?
Oh.
Okay. Kill again. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
exactly.
Clean the place 50 times.
Oh, okay, never mind. That might be the
That
most...
gave me a fucking OCD meltdown, like, both times, because I was like, I have OCD as well, and I was just like,
Yeah,
this
same.
is exactly how I would be.
Same. Yeah, I think we both... This is why... Back when we did the... He's...
I'm sorry, but
yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt,
Uh-huh.
but this is just like, it's the best, like, just music use, where, like,
Oh.
every time it cuts to his, like, thought about, like, there being a bloodstain, it's just, like, the same sound over and over again.
That, like, weird, like, echoey type, like... Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could play it.
Like, every time I heard that, I was just, like, laughing hysterically, because I was just like, another one.
I'll add that in to when I do my editing. I'll add that in just so people know.
Yeah.
But it's so good, yeah.
It's
oh
great.
My god. But yeah, I think that's why literally he could be he's literally me character, because
Oh,
we're
100%.
100%, because he's so fucking weird and complicated and like just like OCD, but like yeah, he really could be. Oh man, but
Like, there are relatable things about him, but he is a piece of shit.
oh, he is an absolute piece of shit. I mean, he literally goes to hell. Like, so I mean, he's the deepest depth of hell, but we'll get to that too. But that was up there too in terms of funny moments, just so subtle, but like how he was so stressed out every time he went to the van. He's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, I gotta go back in. But
And much like you, right afterwards, I was listening to Fame like so many times.
yes, dude, now you see
Yeah.
why I recommended that song on that episode a while back, because that's all I was listening to every morning. I'd turn that on and be like on the way to work, and I'd be like, I'm Jack. I'm Jack.
I'm Jack.
I'm Jack. But that is just one of the most fun, unique, fucking interesting song uses. Like, just how he ties her body to the back of his van, and then like just the music kicks in, and then fame makes a man. It's so good. It makes me want to watch it right
And
now.
there's, like-
It puts a smile on my face.
It's such a weird thing too, because like it feels like it all could have ended there because of
Yeah.
like the bloodstain and stuff, but then the rain comes and he's just like,
I know.
Oh,
I thought that
it's
was
like
so,
a blessing.
Yeah, I know. That was so just fucking cool. It literally, he could have been caught right there. That's how sloppy he was. He literally left a blood
Yeah.
trail all the way back
That
to
was the
his place.
sloppiest kill of
It
all time.
was.
Like, it was just
But he
so
was
bad.
so lucky for whatever reason. He went this whole...
Fuck, I want to rewatch it now.
I know, same. It's literally every time I rewatch it, I get something new out of it, and it's just such a funny movie.
I
even
think
though
it's still
dark.
on Prime. I honestly might.
Yeah, well, you need to buy it. You need to own it, because I mean, I'm so happy I bought the Blu-ray.
I'd like to own it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I just find it so interesting how things keep working out for him the entire time, like just by chance, like the rain coming down and washing away all the blood. And he's like, he literally starts like crying, and like he's so happy and relieved as like the rain's coming down. He's looking up.
Yeah.
But was the third incident? Let me check. I'm trying to remember if
It was
I think
the kids.
Oh fuck yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was I think for a lot of people, and including the actor himself, Matt Dillon, that was the hardest part to shoot.
Yeah, I remember seeing him say that.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of my least favorite parts.
Really?
In some ways, I think. Like, I think it's my least favorite incident.
Oh wow, it's not my least favorite, but yeah, why is that?
I think it's like a lot of it is to do with the fact that it is like, I mean, it's inevitable because it's out in the open and stuff, but it is such a different look to the rest of the film. I think like it's a lot brighter, and I don't know, some of the shots look a bit ugly to me every now and then, but I mean, it's, I don't know, like I like the idea there, but I don't know, it is really strange. It's a strange incident.
I mean, I understand. I think it's the choice to have it out in daylight. I mean, it's definitely weird to see, but like, you know, how he's not in a building or it's not nighttime or whatever, but like, you know, they were out in the middle of nowhere, and it just like goes to prove he's still a threat, like even in broad daylight, like you're not safe type thing, you know, to where like, and they were out in the middle of nowhere, and like it's the perfect excuse to be out there with a gun, like on a shooting range. So I mean, but yeah, I'm surprised that this wasn't one of the last incidents, because you would think that killing kids would be the most irredeemable thing you could ever do, you know, but that's like only the third
I think
incident.
it's good that he should be irredeemable early on.
That is true. I mean, well, then again, wouldn't you want to set it up to where he gets more irredeemable as it goes along, but there's still those redeemable aspects? So then by the end, you're like, man, I've been sticking with this guy the entire time, and now I really don't know, because he has done the most irredeemable thing.
I think it's good to get that feeling early on because it makes you really just conflicted about the character in general for the rest of the runtime.
True.
I don't know. It depends on how you view it, really.
That is true.
I don't know.
But
everyone views this movie differently.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Sure.
I really did like this incident, just how he goes on these random spiels about like, and this is throughout all of the movie pretty much, how he goes on these random spiels about like, and just random details about like hunting and like how they would use what was the fucking animal that would like hunt down the prey. I don't know, he would just go off on these random tangents about like art and like hunting and like this and that, and like compare it to what he does to these people. A bloodhound, I don't know if that's what he called it, but anyway, I don't know, it's the darkest, I think, incident out of them all for sure. I mean, yeah. He's literally done the worst thing, but it's the most simple and quick incident. Like, he kills, the kids and then like kills the mom, and that's it pretty much.
Yeah, the whole like picnic sequence was disturbing.
Yeah, that scene in particular, I'm sure you saw it too, is what Matt Dillon said he had the hardest time doing, was that picnic scene. Like, yeah. That would be hard. Like, he's literally forcing a mom to feed her dead kids food at the picnic. Like, that's about as fucked up as it gets. It really is.
And then he kills her afterwards anyway. Like, she had to live through that.
Yeah, and he's like, what's your favorite number? And he's like, that's a good number. He's like, count to that. And or no, he starts counting to that. God, yeah. He's a piece of work.
What did he call the kid when he like
Georgie
made the smile thing?
Oh,
Georgie.
Well, yeah, Georgie is his real name, but he's like Smiley.
Yeah, I mean, like
Grumpy. He calls him Grumpy.
Yeah.
And Grumpy was grumpy no more. Like, how he's like, he puts the smile on his face. That was I would say the most fucked up. It's some of the most fucked up imagery you'll see in film in general.
I was thinking about, after watching it, making it my like profile picture for my personal Instagram.
Dude, my, you should have done that. That'd be great. Like, but no, that is literally
it was Morbius. I had to.
True. Yeah, but no, the kind of weird smiling dead kid is literally some of the most disturbing imagery I've probably seen in a movie. But
it's very unsettling.
Yeah. But I think this the fourth incident, to where he's with he has that weird toxic relationship with that girl, Jacqueline. Simple. I was about to say.
She is the dumbest.
She is the dumbest and most gullible out of them all, because he literally explains what he does to her, and she just doesn't even bat an eye. She's like, yeah, okay, you're a serial killer, whatever.
And it's another thing where it's like crazy how it just seems to work out for Jack every time when she goes to a literal cop, and like he's just like, and you know what? Go back inside. Yeah.
and I think even Matt Dillon has explained what he thinks this scene means, to where at this point in Jack said he's killed 68 people or whatever, 67 or 68 people at this point. And he's literally, you could tell he's like so kind of bored and like just playing with his victims, and like he wants to get caught, to where like that's what Matt Dillon even said. He's like, when he's going out there in front of the cop and is literally yelling like, I've killed 68 people. He wants to get caught. So it's like he's so bored because things keep going in his favor. So that's it's hilarious. Yeah, she is dumb. I mean, I could see why Jack would go after it, because she is simple, but yeah, he's just such a piece of shit to her too. He's like, come on, Simple, you're as dumb as fuck. Like, you're as dumb as fuck. And it's like, she still sticks around with him. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's still my favorite.
That's your favorite incident?
Comedy, just when he yells out the window. No, not the incident. Oh. Well, maybe the incident even. I don't know. But when he yells out the window, that's just the funniest fucking part.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
I gotta find the quote where he's like,
nobody wants to help.
Hang on. Yeah, it's so good. There's this quote that I really like. There's actually two quotes from this incident in particular that is so good. I have to find. So hang on. The writing in this movie is just so damn good.
When are we gonna get another Lars von Trier movie?
Dude, I don't know, but I wish we would get one, at least one more, because he's like really dealing with some like health issues, and he's really getting up there in age to where I don't know what we're gonna get from him.
Might be the last one.
It'd be sad if this was the
Hope
last
not.
one, but I mean, at least he would have ended on my favorite one. So I mean, it would really suck, but I'm happy with what we got, I guess. But I'm going to find my favorite quote. Well, it's the most misogynistic probably quote in the movie, so it doesn't mean I'm like not agreeing with that, but like it's putting yourself in Jack's
Quinn misogynist.
yeah no
No, yeah.
this is like I just have to read this, and you can interpret it however you want, you can say it however you want, but this is like putting you in Jack's headspace. It's just a fun quote. I mean, it's not fun, but okay. I wish I could do a good Matt Dillon impersonation, but I can't. I wish I had his voice. This is when he has her like tied up and like, you know, he's about to cut her tits off. Okay. You know, there's something that's been bothering Mr. Sophistication for quite a bit, and perhaps it's more interesting to him than it would be to you. But to be honest, he's pretty fucking pissed when he thinks about it. Why is it always the man's fault? No matter where you go, it's like you're some sort of wandering guilty person without even having harmed a simple kitten. I actually get sad when I think about it. If one is so unfortunate to have been born a male, then you're also born guilty. Think of the injustice in that. Women are always the victims, right? And men, they're always the criminals. And then he cuts her tits off. Fuck, that's so good. Like, it's fucking, I
mean, he's not wrong.
No, I mean, well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I don't want to come right out and say, like, he's right, fuck it, but I don't know.
He's right about that. I mean, you are sort of just born guilty.
It's weird how, like,
at least in this day and age,
or how, like, men are just so naturally viewed, like, more threatening than women, you know, I for whatever reason. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird, but I love that quote. I love that scene. That's just one good quote. The other one was when he's like, you can scream now until Christmas Eve and nobody will hear you. And he's like, nobody wants to help.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a great fucking scene, great incident.
I mean, the theatrical didn't show the actual mutilation.
It didn't.
So like when I saw it in that scene, I was like,
oh, I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then it makes more sense, right? When you see how
he slaps it on the car.
On the cop car,
like,
he puts
what?
it under the windshield wiper too. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And I didn't
just
notice.
The slapping is like the best comedy ever.
It is. And I didn't know. I didn't even notice until my third time probably rewatching it that he turned, and he even mentions it, but I just for some reason never even comprehended what he said. Like, he turned her other breast into a wallet that he pulls out and pays the guy at the gun store with. I didn't even notice that until he's like, I couldn't let her other breast go to waste or whatever he said. Which, speaking of the next incident,
so fucked up.
It is fucked up. Yeah, the next incident, it is probably the worst of them all because it's the most victims in one. He's like about to shoot like what 5 or 6 people like in the head at once. What did he say? He was like testing that like Nazi theory out or whatever, how like in Nazi Germany, then they had a shortage of ammunition, so they had to line people up. It's like, never mind.
It's pretty fucked up.
This is the funniest moment in the movie for me, is when he goes to the gun store, he gets the bullet, and then he goes back, and then the guy points out to him, he's like, that's not a full metal jacket round. And he gets so pissed, and he goes back to the gun store, and he's like, what's his name? Oh, Al. He's like, Al, I've never...
Fuck you, Al!
Yeah, as it's playing Fame again. Like, it's so fucking good. But, like, how he goes back, he's like, I've never yelled at you before, Al, but I'm about to now. And he's like, what is this? And he's like, I love how he's so fucking terrified of Jack too. Like, why he can barely even speak, the guy, because he's like just so scared of him. He's like, why do you just need one?
I've only ever seen that actor in Hannibal before. And this, but yeah, he's a good actor. He should be in more.
He is, yeah. But
yeah, in this, he just looked terrified.
He did. He was terrified. And like how he's like, why do you need just one Full Metal Jacket bullet? And he's like, well, that's none of your fucking business. And then he's like, close up shop, Al, make a sandwich. We fucking lost it, Al. I don't know, it was just so funny. Like, that is my favorite moment in the movie, probably, when he goes
The whole
back.
interaction is just great.
It is. It's hilarious. Like, even the editing and the camera work, it looks like a freaking sitcom, like an Office episode with the zoom ins and the cuts.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilarious. And then before you know it, I mean, I think when the cops barge into the walk-in freezer and they shoot, but like it looks like it misses Jack, a lot of people have theorized that he actually gets shot by the cops that are coming in, and that's why he goes down to hell, or like, you know, which I believe. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any other way, I guess, but yeah, but in that whole sequence though, after we should talk about how he builds literally the house out of the dead corpses. That's just fuck. I mean, there's no other movie like this. There's just no other movie. Did you ever think?
I do love the whole sequence with that guy in the caravan too. That's great.
The guy in the caravan.
Yeah, with the red hood.
Oh yeah. I can't remember his name, but his like old hunting partner is just some guy that he apparently like hunted with before. Yeah. And how he stabs him in like the throat and then takes his hood, and it's hilarious. Like, yeah. That whole sequence though, like after he builds the house and he goes down to hell and he's being escorted, it's just perfect. Like it's so weird, and the sound design, like you said,
that was the absolute biggest like standout to me, was that scene like on first watch, and even now like it's one of the best parts.
It really is.
Doubt. It's fucking beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful but haunting and fucking disturbing at the same time. And and just how he says how you hear the high pitched squealing sound, like it's a ringing, and he's like, "What's that?" He's like, "That's the millions or countless dead souls screaming out from hell, like synced in one." And it's like, holy fuck. Like that's awesome. Like it's so disturbing.
I do love that scene where like he sees the people like cutting the grass with the scythes and stuff. Oh yeah. And that's when he like sheds a tear, because like it's just something that's from a place of innocence from his childhood that he remembers fondly. Like that's the only thing that he feels like real emotion for.
I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy they put that in the movie, because that really like grounds the character of Jack, and it still gives that just shred of like sympathy that you can show for him or feel for him. Yeah, humanity. Yeah, totally. To where like back when we talked about when he cut off the leg of the duck, like that was his one, he liked watching the men from the village cut the grass with the scythes, and it was like, oh man. And now it literally looks like heaven, to where it's like the endless fields and it's like golden, and he's like crying because he knows, he had his chance to go there, but what he did, he's going.
He's
to
such
hell.
a like slick and sly character that he's got such a huge fucking ego that like when he's about to go on the bridge or whatever, or like go somewhere else, he's like, I can make that. I can crawl around. Make that. It's like, he's no, you fucking can't.
Because it basically, you're led to believe it leads basically to heaven, or like a better place, that going around there, or like he can cheat hell. Basically, he thinks, he's basically gotten away with everything in his life up until the end, to where he thinks he can still get away with this. But yeah,
I mean Verge even like tells him like,
he's
many
like,
have tried to
but none have
across
succeeded.
There, and like none of them have succeeded. And Jack has got such a fucking ego that he thinks he's above everyone else. And it's like, God,
that's why
his character just doesn't fucking change, but he's great.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he is. And the fact that like he literally said, Verge was like, I just wanted to show you this place, but you're a few circles up. So he was not even going to go to the worst place, but like he ended up going to the worst place because his ego led him there. And I just love, I mean, we both like the end, how it's so dark, and like he falls down to hell, and then everything fades into the weird.
The imagery is just so like prominent in my head. Like,
it is.
It never gets out of there. It's just and the sound, like the squealing.
Yeah.
It's just that whole feeling of like that whole scene is just so claustrophobic and terrifying.
Yep. And then how it just but then how it transitions right into dun, 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 hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back. Oh, it's so good. It's just
best ending of all time.
It is one of the best endings ever. Lars von Trier just knows when, like, what music to use and when for it to just be hilarious. Like, it's the perfect from fame, you know,
it is
to
one of
that.
those things where it like is that American Psycho vibe,
It
like the
is.
comedy and like all that being balanced out so well.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, I loved visiting it, you know, 4 to 5 times this year. It just got better and better, even though I felt like
You're
a
gonna watch
psychopath.
it again, aren't you?
Dude, I want to. But yeah, and it's a long movie too. It's like over 2.5 hours. But like, I just,
Yep.
I don't know. It's very rewatchable for me. It's like a comfort movie because
Discord watch along. We should do that. It'd be so good.
we should. Yeah.
Gotta introduce people to Jack.
Oh, I know. That would be good. I don't know. I have endless thoughts. I could talk about this movie forever, but I mean, we've talked about it quite a bit. So yeah, I mean, it's a fucking masterpiece to me. It's my favorite Von Trier movie. So
Yeah, it's I mean, Melancholia right now is like probably top, but like I feel like with more rewatches, like this honestly could be, because there's so much I really do love about it. The only problem right now is like some of the things between the incidents where it's like constant narration and like descriptions of stuff, and I still don't get what exactly some of them have to do with like Jack as a character sometimes, but
I think
I don't know.
the only things, because that was one of the things that did kind of weigh it down for me my first viewing, and maybe one of my first couple of viewings, but like I think, you know, Jack views himself, you know, he's like an architect, or he's like a engineer / architect, whatever he keeps trying to call himself, but like how he keeps failing at it. That's he views himself as like his killings he views as art, and in between he keeps trying to justify like what is art, and literally to the point to where it, and this is where you could probably say it's Lars von Trier like being up his own ass, but like he's literally showing clips of his own movies, Lars von Trier's movies, to where he's like, you know, the best art, you know, is often, you know, thrown aside as just being basically too exploitive and whatnot. I don't know, I can't remember exactly what he says, but I think Jack views himself as like an artist deep down with like what he does, and he's trying to convince Verge that like what he did were these great acts of art and not these terrible things. That's why they keep going on these spiels of like all that. I don't know. I honestly came to like a lot of those conversations a lot more the more I watched it, but yeah, I can see how it goes on a bit much.
I mean, maybe it'll improve on another rewatch. I mean, it is a movie that I want to understand more and watch more, honestly.
Yeah, it's a deep movie, for sure.
But we should probably get to questions.
Dude, I know. I was just about to say, like, holy fuck.
I didn't think this would go on that long, but fuck.
Yeah, it's a long one. Which is why, I mean, hopefully it's not too much of an issue. Like, you're the first episode you take on editing if you're still
It was supposed to be a short one.
It was supposed to be, but I knew talking about the house that Jack built would I couldn't resist, like, but we can kind of speed through these questions, you know.
Can I start off by just getting this one out of the way?
Yeah.
Okay, Kyber Culture asks most anticipated for the rest of the year. We've answered this 50 fucking times by now.
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
I'm not answering it again. I'm sorry.
I'll just say
thanks for the question though.
Yeah, The Whale, if it's even coming out. Is The Whale coming out? I don't fucking know. No.
If it comes out, no. The Whale.
Yeah.
Disappointment Boulevard.
Yeah. True. If that's coming out, who knows? Okay. Then let's. Oh yeah. Do you want
to? Just do yours. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was gonna read your other one that you sent. How would you rate Marvel Phase 4 so far? Are we including the shows in that, or?
I mean, they are Phase 4.
I guess. Well, I haven't seen Hawkeye, What If, and I still have not freaking finished Moon Knight, and I haven't started Miss Marvel. So
I haven't started Miss Marvel. I'm 2 episodes into Moon Knight, and I haven't seen What If.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just say, and this might change, who knows, but right now the best thing has been No Way Home, and then honestly, man, it's a toss-up between Love and Thunder and Multiverse of Madness. They're the same score for me.
Damn.
I know, yeah. I'll just say fucking Love and Thunder, purely because of Christian Bale. Like, I loved him that much and his character, so I'll say that. And then Multiverse of Madness, then Shang-Chi, then WandaVision, then you're gonna hate me for this, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, then Loki, then Black Widow, then fucking Eternals is dead last. I know that regardless. that's I mean, I'll just say that. There's my rough ranking. It might change. I haven't seen all of it yet.
Out of what I've seen, the top is probably No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
No, Well, Loki, actually.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Loki, then No Way Home, then Multiverse of Madness, then Shang-Chi, Eternals, maybe? WandaVision. I'll say Black Widow, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, Love and Thunder, and then Hawkeye.
Still haven't seen Hawkeye. That is low on my list of priorities. It really is.
The last 3 episodes were good, but I mean, in the long run, it's just like, eh.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Okay, another question / well, I guess mainly topic. Ezra Miller controversy. This dude needs to be locked
to say
up.
Who asked the question?
Oh, Isaac the Cinephile. I keep forgetting to name the people. The last question was movies that don't suck. Thank you for the questions. Yeah, I don't know. This guy is a fucking nutcase. He needs to be locked up. That's all I gotta say about Ezra Miller. It's just one thing after another.
He's going wild.
He is going wild. Too wild. He's the reverse Flash. He's not even the real Flash at this point.
He's the Flash in terms of like they can't catch him.
That is true. He's literally God. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he was good in the third Fantastic Beast. He was good in that, but like that's about all I could say. He's nuts.
Gone off
like,
the deep
end. He needs
end.
to just chill.
Yeah, he is.
I don't really have that much to say about
Me
it. I'm not
neither.
entirely sure about the entire situation, but like, yeah, he probably should just like spend some time in jail for a bit.
Yeah,
and then
probably
come out
therapy, some type
and be
of...
normal.
Yeah, I think he needs to get help because he's clearly a fucked up person. But anyway.
And yet we can like relate to Jack.
That is, well, at least Jack is funny. I mean,
Ezra Miller might be funny, you don't know.
Maybe. Jack doesn't have to try to be funny. Ezra Miller has to try.
I thought that photo that he took with the chick that he stole the phone off of was pretty funny.
Oh, see, I didn't see that. The photo.
I can send it to you. He like stole their phone like later on or something like that.
Jeez.
But like before that, they were just, I think he was hitchhiking or something and he took a photo with them.
Oh, wow.
I'm just going to send it in
The last thing I
It's
saw was
pretty funny.
this was like recent, but some video surfaced of him, some like fan or some kid like came up to him with a phone and like was taking a video and was like, hey, and then Ezra Miller just randomly started talking about like how if I knock you out then you can't panic, and he's like, what? He's like, yeah, do you want me to knock you out or something like that? It was weird. It's fucking weird. He was like, it was really weird. He's just a weird guy. He needs to go away. Okay. What is going on? Who are these people?
It's like an album cover. I love it.
He's so
That should be an album cover at some point.
Why is he like this though? Like it's weird. Like who are these people? It looks
know.
like it's like they're being held hostage.
I think they were giving him a ride or something like that.
Oh yeah.
He stole their phone.
Wow. Yeah, this is really bizarre. Whatever's going on with him.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's confusing.
It is. All right. Next is our door film. She said movies you sneakily watched as a kid. I don't know if I
can't think
have
of
any.
this one.
Yeah, see, I couldn't think of one either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, my parents.
Porn?
Come on. Yeah, I mean that's not really.
I mean,
a film,
yeah.
But I mean, I guess maybe a film. I don't know. I never really had to sneakily, hide what I was watching. Like my parents let me watch fucked up movies already, which was the problem. So yeah, I never had to hide
my
it.
parents, my mom had like a problem with me watching like that kind of stuff. I think like some R-rated stuff like I wouldn't be allowed to watch, and I just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I never sneakily watched anything. I don't think.
Yeah, me neither. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, next from @Sarah's Popcorn Chat.
What's up?
What's up? She said top 3 TV shows.
Oh boy.
Well, I don't know if these are, well, my number 1 is always going to be set in stone, but I don't know. My top 2, I'll just give you like.
Wait, your number 1's always going to be what?
My number 1 is always going to be Breaking Bad. I mean, I was just saying how it's always going to be set in stone, how it's never going to change.
Yeah.
But yeah, Breaking Bad is always going to be my number 1. My number 2 and 3, these can honestly go either or, but 2 shows that have been pretty much 10 out of 10s for me. And it's hard to find a show that is literally perfect throughout, but I have Fleabag, which is only 2 seasons. It's on Amazon Prime. I really like that show. And Atlanta.
I do want to watch it. I still haven't seen it.
It's good. And then Atlanta with Donald Glover, and then some other people. I can't think of their names, but Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield. Yeah, that's a good show too. Really good. So those are like my top 3 right now, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the number one is same as you, always set in stone, honestly, and it's Hannibal. I cannot find a single fucking flaw with that show. Like, it's just perfect throughout the whole thing, and it builds so well. Everything's perfect.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Like, it's fucking unreal.
I need to watch it.
I have a real problem with, like, finishing shows, though.
Yeah, me too.
I want to show you Hannibal. I would really like to show you Hannibal.
You'll only be able to show me like an episode or two, probably. I mean, we won't have time to watch the whole show.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sucks. I mean, if we can implement comedy into there, then like,
Yeah.
I mean, Peep Show is my favorite comedy show, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that show's fantastic. The writing is so good. It's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, before all of the stuff happened with it, like getting a new shitty season and main guy getting cancelled and everything, I was obsessed with House of Cards.
Oh
I
yeah.
loved House of Cards.
Fuck yeah. House of
It
Cards
was
is
so
great.
good.
Yeah.
It was. Like,
Yeah.
the first 4 seasons are
Mhm.
just like, fuck.
For me, I
So
would say
good.
the first 3, but I need to remember I'm trying to remember the 4th. The first 3 for sure for
The
me.
the fourth I've only seen once, but like
Mhm.
the first 3 I've seen like multiple
It's
times.
so
and
good.
like season 2 is fucking great.
It is. It is.
Oh my God.
I mean, it is just, it's unpredictable, but it's like, it's just,
And say what you will, but Kevin Spacey, he's like so fucking good.
oh
in it.
yeah. Putting aside, everything about his personal life, I mean, you can't deny he's still like perfect for the character. I mean, he is, but yeah, I mean, that was like, because I used to be super into politics as well, so like that was like a perfect show for me for a while. It was, but yeah,
it's a great show.
it really is.
Great fucking.
I
show.
keep forgetting about that.
And like
yeah.
the first 2 episodes were directed by David Fincher, and you can really
Oh
feel
yeah,
it.
you can tell. You can tell. It feels like the whole almost show was, but yeah, you could definitely tell those.
Well,
episodes.
he produced a lot of it, like
Mhm.
for the
That makes
entire
sense.
thing, but he didn't direct every episode.
Mm-hmm. I guess an honorable mention.
I still got to watch fucking what's it, Mindhunter.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen. See, I need to watch that
Yeah.
too. I still haven't.
I'm a fake Fincher fan.
I keep forgetting he
That's
did
actually something I meant to bring up earlier. I forgot about
Hmm.
really quick, but you were saying like about being drunk in a movie theater. or
Yeah.
whatever. I haven't before, but the only time I've been like tipsy in a movie theater was Mank. Like the second viewing of Mank, it was in an outdoor cinema, and it was so nice.
that. Oh, I remember
It was
you
so
mentioning
fucking
that.
nice.
Yeah.
It's just the best feeling ever. It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Mank was an alcoholic, so it fits.
Yeah, it felt fitting.
Yeah, it felt fitting. But anyway, a couple, I guess, honorable mentions for me would be like for TV shows that are pretty much perfect or like I love, even though they might not be completely perfect. But The Office, the American version, I grew up with that. I love that show. It's my favorite comedy show. Black Mirror. I fucking love Black Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
I need to watch more Love, Death, and Robots, but that's similar to Black Mirror, and David Fincher actually directed one of the recent episodes of that too. So yeah, he directed on the season 3. It's basically like Black Mirror, but animated. It's like these little weird anthology animated shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, David Fincher directed one of the ones off the latest season. So yeah.
I mean, one of the best shows ever for me, even though I haven't gone past season 2, is fucking Mr. Robot.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's a fucking good one. Yeah.
like even though I haven't seen as much of it, it's like it's so like big in my mind.
It's
like it's just such
mind-blowing.
an incredible show.
Yeah, I'd say first season of Westworld is fucking great.
I still need to watch Westworld.
I need to see more than I've only seen the first season, but it blew me away. And the first season of True Detective. Those are a few.
I still haven't seen True Detective.
The first season is honestly
God, I
what
really
everyone
gotta watch that.
praises, so that's where I stopped. But
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and Ozark. That's the last one I'll mention. Ozark is fucking awesome. I still need to watch the latest season.
Nice.
Anyway, all right.
Stranger Things.
Oh god, no, no.
I've had enough of hearing running up that hill.
Me
Oh my
too. Oh, and I didn't even mention Euphoria, but I don't need to mention that. I love the first
God. I
season.
watched
is
episode
perfect.
3.
That is, there you go. For me, the first season's perfect. I haven't even watched the second season yet, though.
Did you see my serialized review?
I need to read it. I only saw the rating so far. I just saw it
Yeah, it was
pop
a
up.
3-star. It wasn't bad.
No, as long as it's not bad.
It's getting a bit better every now and then.
All right. At Film Forager asked, pick the art form Jared Leto is best at: directing, acting, music stuff, or morbing.
Morbing, clearly.
Morbing. Well, morbing is the easy answer. I mean, clearly it's morbing, but otherwise, I do think he is a legitimately good actor, even though he's in some shitty, weird roles sometimes. Like, I mean, just look at Requiem for a Dream. Like, that's all you need to look at.
Oh, yeah.
And American Psycho. Like, so those are, yeah.
He is a good actor when he wants to be, but he's just...
He picks some weird scripts sometimes, I think. But
yeah,
I haven't seen... What's he directed? I could have looked this up, but I didn't.
I don't know. Has he directed shit?
He had to have, I guess, if she said that.
And I haven't heard too much of 30 Seconds to Mars or whatever. But I like some of their songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a decent artist. But he's directed like one feature-length movie called Artifact. I have not seen it. It has good ratings on on Letterboxd, but it's like not. It came out in 2012. Oh, it's a documentary.
Might watch it.
Yeah, it's some documentary. I don't know what it's about though, but yeah, that's all it says he's directed.
I'll say morbing.
Yeah, I'll say morbing too. I mean, I haven't even seen the movie, but I will.
You just know.
I just know. It's what he's gonna be remembered by, sadly. That's fucking like ridiculous. Okay, is this SpongeBob question you got serious or is it a joke?
Wait, what?
From old child support.
Oh,
how much is too
fuck's sake?
How much is too much when it comes to watching the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water?
That's Keelan's friend.
Oh, see, I don't know what that. I haven't seen Sponge Out of Water.
I think I've seen it once when I was a kid.
Wait, but there's a different SpongeBob movie, not that.
Yeah, there's a new one with Keanu.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one because I think new SpongeBob is not nearly as good as the old stuff. But the original SpongeBob movie was fucking awesome.
I'm pretty sure that's what that movie is. The original SpongeBob.
Oh no, there
movie,
was a SpongeBob movie that came out in 2004, as well. It was the one with David Hasselhoff, at the end.
Yeah, but which one's the one Sponge Out of Water?
Sponge Out of Water came out in 2015. Yeah, it says it came out in 2015. That's the one with Keanu Reeves. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, no, the one with Keanu Reeves was very recent.
Oh, okay, well, never mind. This Sponge Out of Water did come out, so there must be 3.
Fuck.
Yeah, but... But the animation in Sponge Out of Water looks really weird. It's like that 3D animation to like live. I don't know what the fuck this is. I haven't seen it.
Well, I'll say once is enough, maybe?
Yeah, I'll say that too.
My answer to that. But I haven't seen it, so...
Okay, and this, I don't know what this is, but it's from Moax6. It says, why Licorice Pizza sucks so much.
Fuck these guys.
Are these like...
These fucking guys. Moax6 has been following me since before Keelan was following me. Like, he's a big Radiohead fan and he liked my page, but we've been talking for a very long time. I mean, like, we're not friends or anything, I guess, but we're like, we know each other.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it sucks so much. Sorry.
Well, you don't think it sucks, but, right?
I think it's alright.
Yeah, it's alright. I thought it was great, personally, just because I love PTA, but it's not, like, amazing. Alright, and then, topic, best 80s movies. Fuck, I don't know. I'll say The Shining, because that came out in 1980.
Yeah, I'll say The Shining.
Yeah.
My brain is fried. I can't think
Me too. See, this is how mine usually feels after when we're going this long.
Yeah.
Okay, last question from Film Forager. She said, if you could make an eternity wish, because that's what they make at the end of the movie. We didn't really talk about that part, but what would it be? Do you know?
No.
So an eternity
wish to morb.
Is an eternity wish literally just like make a wish, like whatever, it'll come true.
Anything comes true, I guess.
This might be getting pretty deep, but I wish that I was happy all the time. I just want to be happy all the time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Why? Who wouldn't want to be happy all the time?
You need sadness to make you appreciate happiness.
No, but if you're always happy, like no matter what, then I mean, you're always,
That's just dumb, though.
No.
You would be annoying. You would annoy people.
Oh, I don't like to be depressed, though. I've had enough of that in my life to where I feel
think about how much you don't like happy people.
I mean...
Like, you see people that are happy all the time, and you're like, oh, fuck you, you're happy.
Right, but if I was always happy no matter...
Like, imagine people looking at you.
Yeah, true. But if I was always happy no matter what, then, like, those people looking at me and thinking that I'm annoying still would not bother me, because I would automatically have to be happy all the time. So I'd always be happy no matter what.
I guess so.
See?
Yeah, I don't know what my eternity wish would be.
Yeah, I mean, mine would just... I don't know. For a while, mine would be, like, I just want to be rich, like, make me a billionaire. But, like, I really do believe money... It can buy things that make me happy, but it can't prevent me from ever feeling sad. you know, so I just want to be
Yeah.
happy.
I want money. Yeah.
Yeah, money.
I mean, I want success more than I want money.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Fair enough.
I wish for YouTube monetization.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that shouldn't be too hard to get. Like a lot of, I mean, you know, you just
You need to get to 1,000 subscribers, which
Oh.
I'm not at.
What are you
and
at?
I need to get a certain amount of view hours.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's like, no, not view hours, view minutes. And I think it's like 10,000, something like that.
Damn.
And yeah, I can't remember where
Yeah.
exactly I'm at with that. But with subscribers, I'm at like 600 and something,
Oh.
nearly at 700.
Well, you're over halfway, so that's good at least.
Yeah, but the minutes watched thing that's the worst part.
yeah,
Trying
that
to
is
get that
true.
up.
Well, so happiness and then YouTube monetization. There's our
Yeah.
our eternity wishes. So yeah, that's all the questions. Fuck, this is a long episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you don't have to edit it, don't worry.
that's. I mean, no, I know. But even though episodes like this, I wouldn't mind as much because I mean, I love anything about the House of Jack built, so I'd love editing that part. But I knew that's why I would go on a while because I could literally talk about this movie all day.
I didn't think it would go on that long, but
Oh, I know.
it's fine.
As always, you can find me at Views by Quinn on all the social medias, mainly Instagram, then Letterboxd, then everything else below it like Music Board, Goodreads. I don't know. I'll just say Goodreads and Serialized now. I'm done plugging Twitter, even though I say that every time.
You can find me at Movies Music Me on YouTube, Instagram. Letterboxd is movies_music_me. Serialized, Music Board, all that. Just go to the link tree in my Instagram. You'll find
I was
everything.
about to say. Just,
Also, I just posted a playlist of like 170 songs from 2021 that are all bangers. So if you want to check that out in my link tree, please check it out because there are some absolute tunes in there. You'll love it.
there you go.
And if you did enjoy this episode, then please rate us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whatever you like. Give us 5 stars if you enjoyed it. We would appreciate it. We're sitting at a 5 stars right now, so we're doing something right.
Yeah.
But if anything you can do to support us, we would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
It means a lot.
Yes.
And thanks for the I haven't said this before on the podcast, but thanks for the support so far.
Yeah.
Like we've been doing great, and the episodes have been getting better. I've been enjoying the shit out of them, and we're just like getting into the groove of things. Things are changing, things are evolving,
yes.
but we really appreciate all the support. We do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Ditto. Same here. Yeah, that's it. So I always think there's something else, but there's not. So bye everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye everybody.
All right. Peace out, bitches. That was a shorter
That was
one.
an energetic one.
I know.
Nobody wants to help.